Hello?
Good. Ready to go.
Ready to go.
We got to get that sorted.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Just tell me what you need. I will make it happen. We just need to make it happen.
Another stand.
I have one inside.
Right.
One right here.
Right on. Because that's the problem. It's like there's just no room for this long ass bar. So it can't rotate to where it really needs to be. And so we'll work it out. Let's get rolling. We're good. I'm good. Don't do it. I see you. The wheels in my head have been
Good job.
turning since I looked at that loony old man.
Hey.
Hello.
Yo.
Welcome to the show.
Because no one bites like Gaston. No one fights like Gaston.
Oh, that's what that's from.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't picking it
He's
up.
especially good at expectorating.
Expectorate.
He be spitting.
He'd be spitting. Oh, dude, that'd be so good.
Because
Because he'd be spitting.
Because he be spitting.
Dude, somebody needs to remix that shit.
There you
know,
go.
so that
Speaking
to a
of
beat.
spitting,
Spit.
Uh,
I'm going to be spitting today
yeah,
about a bunch of news.
About oh my
bunch of
god,
shit. Yeah,
God, we're
guys,
gonna rapid fire this
It's
shit.
all right. We're probably not gonna have an episode next week, so it's okay if we have an extra long one today.
Yeah.
Rip anime.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm sorry. I would be here if I could. I'd be here if I could. Trust me. I've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to next month all fucking year.
All year long.
All year long.
But we are here today.
We are here
Yay.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Scott.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
Yo.
This week, a man is in the woods with a pig. We're talking about pig.
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 Oh, we weren't supposed to watch Police Academy?
Oh. Yeah. No, man.
Oops.
Shit. Fuck that up.
Damn. Which one would you watch though?
The first one.
Really?
Yeah.
I say Citizens on Patrol, baby.
Is that 3?
That's two.
That's
That's
two.
That's two.
Yeah. That's the one
Yeah.
with Bob Kagan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, 2
Yeah.
is really good.
Two.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
jam.
Okay.
That's the
yeah.
jam, dude. Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been up to?
I'm going to start this one.
Yeah, crank
Go
it up.
ahead.
Yeah.
There you go.
This was a bullet point on the news, but no longer it is because I'm just going to dig into it. Fucking Resident Evil 4 VR Mercenaries.
Congratulations, man. Congrats.
Do you know what they did?
Well, I saw that they, changed a lot of the mechanics for, like the actual gameplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you were telling me about a bow and arrow mechanic or a bow mechanic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, break it down.
Yeah, so with Krauser, they actually added because in the original game, Krauser was the only one that had a non-gun weapon.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it worked like everything else. But in this, they just have straight up. You have to reach over your shoulder and reach at your hip and pick up an arrow and knock that shit and then aim on it. And you still get the laser sight, so it's fucking awesome.
Right.
But like that shit gets intense.
How fast
dude.
can you fire it?
I mean, as fast as your arms go.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. If you can knock it fast enough and make it happen, you could Legolas that
Because
shit.
that's one of the
You know?
worst things about Elden Ring's archery system. It's like
Oh.
the slowest
Oh,
archery
it's slow
system
as
I've
shit.
ever seen.
Yeah.
So now archery is kind of tainted in my brain.
Yeah, man.
You know,
now
after
they got
doing
those
gym-
dial-up bows.
Right.
Yeah, totally. So not only did they make it where Krauser has the bow mechanics, but
Yeah.
they made it to where everybody has a knife. So even Hunk has a knife now.
Oh,
Hunk didn't used to
let's
have a
go.
knife, right?
Yeah.
They also made it to where like, so they have all the regular stages. They have all of the normal characters. They have all of the unlocks that they didn't have in the first version of it. Because you remember, I was like, "Hey, what the fuck? No hand cannon, no
Right.
suit of armor."
Yeah, because they have
Yeah.
Broken Butterfly.
Uh-huh.
Like everything's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Chicago,
Chicago typewriter. Ooh,
okay,
boy,
but they
let's
also
go.
added a challenge mode.
Yeah.
So there's like 25 missions that weren't in it before.
And all this was free.
cool.
Yeah, all of it was free.
That's
all of it was,
awesome.
and they just dropped it.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, there was a leak a while back. Oh, Mercenaries is coming.
Uh-huh.
This is the first time they officially said anything,
Uh-huh.
and they were just like,
Here you go.
"Now,
Right.
download now."
Uh-huh.
This is the most excited I've been.
Dude, I love a good shadow drop.
Jesus,
I love it, man. That's how you should do it. Don't worry about building up hype. Don't give people enough time to form a hate train. Just give it to us. You know? Yeah, right? Just to spite you.
Yeah.
Just to spite
As
you.
soon as you get
Uh-huh.
up. As soon as you get up.
Now the right side of our headphones all went out because we have an adapter issue, and I didn't even touch it.
Yeah.
And that shit started working again.
Well, it was sheer intimidation, sir.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all it was. Oh no, he's coming.
He's gonna unplug me. But yeah, that it's just amazing, you know.
Right.
Also, you know, I know you've watched a little bit of it, and we've barely talked about it, I think. But I've been watching Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Knight's good. I like Moon
Knight's
Knight a
good.
lot.
Yeah, did you watch episode 4?
I have not seen episode 4 yet.
Shit
So
gets
I'm not,
weird.
I'm sure it does.
Okay, shit
Even
gets
more than it
real
already
weird.
was.
Yes,
Good.
It gets very
Good.
weird.
I
yeah.
want my fucking comic book shit to be weird again.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. I really don't even know. Like,
Because like his Moon Knight was never that great of a character. He was always kind of like a C tier superhero.
Well, yeah.
You know, but so his whole thing is what he has split personalities.
Yeah, in some versions. In some versions, he's just the Marvel Batman.
Right.
yeah, and
Exactly.
this is the
Well,
split
this is
personality.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, there's like, because I mean, the easy way to say it is there's like there's Mark and there's what's his name? I don't know. But basically the who you think is the main character is this Weasley dude that's British and that works at
Like a history museum. or
yeah,
something.
specifically about Egyptian mythology.
Right.
You know, so they have a big Egypt exhibit and all this stuff, and it's really obvious from the beginning that, you know, there's something up with him because he knows way too much about Egyptian mythology.
Right.
Like
Right.
he's able to fucking like
Well-
read hieroglyphs
when you're
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're first like introduced to him, you see him. He's like sleeping, and he's got his like leg chained, and he's got like sand around the bed to see if he has footprints and a whole bunch of locks.
Okay.
Like a werewolf.
Like a,
he put tape on the door frame to
Yeah.
see if he opened the
Opened
door.
the door.
okay,
You know?
so something happens to him.
Right.
He transforms and he ends up places.
Yes, that's
Right.
that's
Pretty much,
yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. That's a good one. But
Usually with blood on his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
But you find out that there's this other version of him that's dormant that is the avatar of what's his name? Cho.
I don't remember.
Man, I don't remember. It's
Skull,
the
skullhead bird dude.
Skullhead Bird Moon dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just whatever the Egyptian deity is. It's Chopak Cho.
Cho-cho.
It's Cho-cho.
Cho-cho.
What's up?
It's old
What up,
Cho-cho.
Cho-cho?
That's what it is.
Oh.
No, but it's good. I think they're doing a really good job with that series, man.
Yeah,
can't
and
wait to
I
see.
mean, fucking, what's his name? Oscar
Oscar
Isaac.
Isaac
He's
is wonderful.
top tier in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
You know?
Heard that.
I'm still not sure about him being Snake though.
Solid Snake.
I think he could do it, but I'm just not sure if that's a perfect fit.
Right.
You know?
Wait, you just want David Hayter?
No, man, David Hayter's too old.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I mean, his voice is perfect, sure,
Uh-huh.
but him as a no, he can't do that anymore either.
Yeah.
No, what they need is like Christian Bale from like, you know, American Psycho days. you
Yes,
know?
we're talking
Yeah.
about pigs. the animal.
Yeah, we're talking about pigs.
Uh-huh. We're talking about pigs. We
Mhm.
like those pigs.
The good kind of pigs.
The
Yeah.
good pigs. You
The
know.
best kind of pig.
That's
Bacon.
right.
You
Pig,
know?
the kind of pig that will make you money.
Uh-huh.
That's what that
There
pig
you
is.
go. Yeah.
They do make you some cash, boy.
Alright.
There was something else, but I don't remember right now. So what you guys been doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been so I started Made in Abyss.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
right.
Awesome.
So
what you think so far?
I'm loving it.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely
you
loving
are.
it. Now I'm only on like episode 3. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
So like me and baby girl we're
You'll-
watching it together, so I have to find time.
Yeah,
They got
big
ass
you're about
backpacks.
to. You're about to.
They
hit
do.
A,
They do. Well,
you're
the
about
point
to
I'm
hit
at.
like a mid-season lull, but
Oh,
it's-
really?
it's
Because they
totally
just
fine.
went down into
The abyss. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And so they just did that. That was the last thing that I saw.
Yeah.
So, we'll see where that whole thing goes, but I'm super excited.
Dude,
It's beautiful.
I cannot
That's so
wait.
You
beautiful.
know, and of course, I saw the scene with her getting strung up.
Yeah.
That happened so early, and it's
Yeah.
just like a glimpse. And I'm like, why would you do those kids like that? You know
Uh,
what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, man.
Well, you gotta think about the like. I mean, this is a society that sends those same kids into Uncle Lovecraft's murder hole.
I mean,
So,
there's that, man. But at the same time, there's got to be some
It's
other
like
ways
I
to
said-
punish them.
Well, like I said, man, it's one of those things where it's just like when you think back on that scene later on in the series, and you realize, oh shit, those were the good old days.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, it's like she's just always getting in trouble.
she's just always
Yeah.
she's a
Just
troublemaker.
always,
She's a
always,
troublemaker,
always.
man.
And so,
I
but-
mean, they literally thought it was more efficient to put her room into an old torture chamber.
exactly,
Because
right?
she gets in trouble so
Yeah,
much. Okay?
seriously.
Like, we're just gonna be punishing you nightly. You might as well
Exactly.
just
You might as well
sleep
just stay here,
Yeah.
right?
You know?
Yeah, that's the
But
truth.
yeah, awesome.
So
I'm
that
glad
means
you're getting
you've
in it.
met what's his name? Man, what is his name?
Who, the robot boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reg.
Reg, dude.
Yeah,
I love
Reg.
Reg so much, dude.
Yeah.
Right,
And so
cool.
Reg's lit.
Medieval Mega Man over
yeah,
there.
right. Love it. Love it.
I can't
And
wait
so
until you
it
meet
does-
Ozen, dude.
Hold on, no,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
not go too far. Let's not go too
Yeah.
far. All right.
Can't wait.
No. Anyway, so, yeah, watch that.
Mhm.
I got addicted to Sally Face.
Oh yeah.
Sally
yeah.
Face
Yeah.
is amazing.
Hell yeah!
dude.
How is that?
It is incredible.
What
Like,
is-
I mean, I played obsessively until I finished it.
Cool.
We
How
covered it
long is
last
it?
week on the show. About 8 hours.
Okay.
8.5 hours.
And how
somewhere
much
around
is it?
there.
30?
$14.99.
What?
Yeah, Sally Face is cheap. Sally Face is super cheap, and so it's basically
God.
a like kind of point and click.
Oh yeah. Okay.
you know,
that's
but
that's what I thought.
It's
Yeah.
all side scroller, so it all goes. Your character, of course, is the cursor.
Yeah.
And so it's a story of Sal, which Sal is actually a guy.
Okay.
And he was in. I won't. I can't. God, I don't want to spoil anything.
yeah.
He had an accident when he was a child, and his face was horribly disfigured. So he wears that mask as a prosthetic.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh.
so he and his father, something happens to his mom, she ends up dying, and so he and his father end up moving into these apartments called the Addison Apartments, and there's just a lot of weird shit that goes on, you know. When they first move in, like there was a murder, you know, right next door. You know, this lady got her throat torn open.
Damn.
And yeah, right. And
shit
so
goes hard.
yeah, dude, it goes sideways fast, like immediately the second you start the game, dude. And so you know he ends up befriending this guy that lives in the apartments called Larry,
Okay.
and they're basically just trying to figure out what's going on there. It was originally released in episodes. And so,
Oh.
but now all 5 episodes are out and available. And by the time you get to episode 5, dude, it just goes all the way off the rails.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's a dark story. It's a thoughtful story. I highly suggest everyone play it. Like I was gonna say, like maybe this is something that if y'all wanted to put the time into it, that we should talk about
Yeah.
because there's a lot to dismantle there. And it is. It's a
For
it's a-
$15, it's
dude,
hard to argue with. Yeah.
It's a powerful story. And
So
it's
on like
moving, man.
PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this thing was on the Switch.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
good.
don't know how. I don't know how this it's a violent little
Yeah.
piece of art,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it is an absolute masterpiece made by one dude.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, made by one
Impressive.
guy. And so the music in the game is really really cool.
Is it consistently
the tone
creepy?
is yes,
Awesome.
across the board.
Good.
Across the board. It's definitely, like when you first start, it's like, this is horror. But, as you spend more time getting, immersed into the world itself, it's more of a tragedy, man.
So it's like psychological kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it's really in your face. And, when you find out what's actually going on, it's like, okay, well, y'all all got problems. Everybody got problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no help. I'm not going to, God, I want to talk about it so bad. But yeah, so Sally Face went ahead and tore through that. Been back on Melty Blood,
Hell
super
yeah,
hard. Yeah, dude. You know, we were getting it in the other
We
night.
tore it up last night.
Yeah. So back on that a little bit. Outside of that, man, reinstalled Outriders. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it rock.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, bro?
Well, you know, keeping up with Spy Family. That
Oh, I
show
saw a
is
trailer for
so
that.
Good. It's so good. Get
Yeah.
on that shit.
So what is it?
Yeah.
Episode 3?
It's
now?
on episode 3.
Yeah.
It's on episode 3, and they have a dub for the first episode up,
Okay.
so that's cool. But yeah, really falling in love with those characters, man. Twilight's a badass. Anya is the most adorable little Esper ever, and what is her name? Yor's the best thing to happen to anime since Yomiko Reed, man. I'm just saying. I love her.
Strong words, sir.
Yeah, man. So keeping up with that. Other than that, I haven't really been playing any games. I jammed pretty hard on Cotton.
Oh yeah.
On those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the reboot, and then the Panorama, which is like this Space Harrier version, because it's usually
That's
just a
crazy,
side-scroller
dude.
Right.
shmup. And then I was like going through the eShop, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And it's just like, you know, old Star Fox or Space Harrier and shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is hard as balls.
Or what's that game? Super World Runner.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Is it World Runner 3D? Is that what it's
World
called?
Runner 3D.
That's yeah.
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 Was that Sega Genesis? Or...
Dude, that was an NES game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking crazy that that's an
Right.
NES
God,
game.
dude,
yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Beyond that, finished Mushoku Tensei.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah,
I didn't think I was gonna like it. I almost dropped it a couple of times, especially towards the beginning, because Rudius is just an unlikable asshole. But yeah, it ends up being really good. I hope there's more of it, because
Nice.
they kind of stop it in a really, I guess, a natural place for that arc to end, but there's still a lot to be done.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if there's going to be more. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it, man. That's been my week.
Heard that.
Cotton and anime.
Heard that. Cotton.
Cotton. Can't wait.
Play Sally Face. Everybody play Sally Face. I'm living right now. Dude, I don't care. I don't care. It was one of those things, man. I was like, I just want to look at it.
Yeah.
And then next thing I knew, it was like 4 hours later. And I was like, this is all I want to do. This is it. And so I really took everything in my power not to call y'all and just be like, Sally Face, do it.
Just fucking
Just
buy it.
fucking buy it right now. Right now. Everybody buy it. Like, you know? And so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And so, news jutsu.
We got a bunch of news.
We got a bunch
Oh,
of news. And so, we're going to move a little.
Rip.
What happened? You have another what?
We have another rip, man.
We have another rip.
We got
It's
another
like
rip.
every fucking week.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. So DJ K Slade died
Yeah,
at the
man.
age of 55 due to complications from COVID-19.
Yep.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody likes to run around acting like this thing's over. You
Mhm.
know, everybody's sick of it. Just because you're sick of something doesn't mean it's sick of you. You know,
All right.
Oh yeah.
and so yeah, sometimes we learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So,
And motherfuckers
55,
already
that's
don't
young,
wash
bro.
their hands.
right? Oh God. Oh God, dude! I was at work the other day, and I'm sitting there, you know, wiping some plates, you know, getting
Yeah.
everything nice and pristine. Some dude walks behind me and just sneezes, just. Wow. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Are you serious right now? You know, I kind of miss the days when, you know, if anybody sneezed out in public, everybody would go into full panic mode.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
For about a year or two,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
don't sneeze, bro.
Yeah.
That's like firing a
You
pistol.
don't
in the air.
sneeze. You don't
You know?
cough.
Yeah.
Put a
none of that.
suppressor on that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly, dude. I miss it, man. This dude's over here like, and all proud of himself. Like, fuck, get out of here, dude.
Man, like I was dropping Iana off, and Melissa had a blood blister on her finger, and so she was like, "Should I do something about this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of bulgy." She's like, "Do you think I should like pop it and try to get the blood out of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe," because she was saying that it felt like pressure and it felt like it hurt. And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you might be able to relieve the pressure that way." And so she's got a needle and she put a couple holes in it, and it's open at this point. You know,
Right.
she's squeezing it, and Iana comes over to look at it and just goes, "Hachu!" Right in the
Oh
fucking
wow! Oh. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to slap you, baby. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
It was
I couldn't
programmed.
help but laugh on that one. That was one of those.
Like, yeah, you take it.
But,
But rest in
Yeah,
peace,
so
K-Slay,
rest in
man.
peace. We lost another one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just a complete 180. Playdate.
Play date. Oh no.
What'd you do?
I didn't have this up.
Now you have
Play date.
Play date. Who
Yeah.
is this for?
Oh, see, I think that it's only not for more people because of the price.
Yes.
That's
gotcha.
it. That's it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
to
like
be honest,
$179.99.
that's just a little too much for what it is.
It is.
You know?
It is. However, like the architecture and everything of the console itself is very well built. It's very well
Yeah.
put together.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, like the whole cranking mechanic is really kind of cool.
Have you seen that game? Dude, it's like a bunch of circles and you're trying to get like a circle through the maze of circles.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so you have to crank each of the circles to move it, and then you push a button to advance it into the next one.
Huh.
But then
Yeah.
there's shit in the circle that'll chase you, or like circles will close in,
Yeah.
or like
Right.
stuff. That
Dude,
shit looks
it
so
looks,
good.
It looks so fun. And that's the whole thing about it. You like the whole the side scroller that's like time bending.
Yeah.
where you actually have to use the
Yeah.
crank to
It's like
move time forward or
Braid-ish.
back. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I mean, you could do some really cool things with that kind of input, and it's very niche, right? But
Yeah.
who is it for? I think it's for everyone. Yeah, I just think that, like you said, it's too expensive.
It's just too expensive.
If this
That's
thing
all
was
it is, yeah.
$99.99.
Oh, it would
Oh, yeah,
gangbusters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
179 is a bit much. Now they do have a release model. What it is, it's a handheld console, very much like a Game Boy. It has a monochromatic screen, but
Like a Kindle kind of.
exactly, yeah, right. But what they're doing is they're releasing 2 games a week for the first 12 weeks. So
Okay,
within
does
that
it, like,
179.
This is like connect to like Wi-Fi or something. And you just download the
Yeah,
game.
Yeah.
yeah, or
yeah.
you can do it manually. They
Yes.
actually let you do it either way.
Okay.
They've made that stuff pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, but while a lot of people were thinking that the crank was going to be associated with the battery, it's
Right.
actually part of the controller. So you have your D-pad, you have your buttons, of course, but that crank is a big part of.
I mean, that'd
playing
be
these
amazing
games.
if it had like the kinetic energy kind of thing. you
Right?
know?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool. That
Is
would be
there
cool.
a fishing
But there-
game on it yet?
Not yet. Not that I've seen, but you know it's coming.
Sega
Yeah.
bass fishing. man.
Absolutely.
There you
Dude,
go.
I was talking about that game the other day. That game was rocking.
It was the coolest fishing game. Well, it was the coolest
fishing game.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
just it. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like they
Did
make-
you
it's
have
like fishing action?
the controller? Did
The-
you ever
yeah,
play it
for
with
my
the
Dreamcast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the Dreamcast.
Yes,
Exactly. yeah.
absolutely,
Uh-huh.
dude. Absolutely, and it worked.
Good shit. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
dude. It's so cool.
Well,
But yeah, and so like I mean, it is. It's just kind of niche, but could be a lot of fun to play with. I'd like to try it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to try it. I'd love to actually see the screen because all of the images that I'm
Uh-huh.
seeing, it looks nice and crisp.
Right.
It's lower res, but it's just such a sharp screen.
very
It's
sharp
not
image.
they don't really have colors. It's mostly like black and
Oh,
white.
No, it's all
just black and
monochrome.
white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Monochrome kind of
And then
stuff.
it's like, and unfortunately, it seems like you can't really see it in like direct sunlight.
That's what I was
'Cause
going to
it's,
say,
like,
man.
high gloss.
It seems like
Yeah.
there are 2 issues with this thing,
Mhm.
right? 2 big issues. Well, besides the price, but prices, potentially could come down. Whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
But right now, the 2 big problems are that doesn't have a backlit screen,
Right.
which would have cost them fucking nothing.
Right.
No,
You know what I mean?
nowadays, Yeah.
Mhm.
And the way that I heard somebody talk about it is it's not like there's some good reason not to have a backlit screen. Like, for instance, to save on battery life. It's not like this thing has 40
That thing
hours
can
like a
run
Kindle.
for but it can run forever.
It's only got like 8-10 hours
Right.
of battery life.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, but that's significant.
That's significant,
Yeah,
but
for a handheld
I don't think a little light.
now. Oh, it wouldn't have been a problem.
It wouldn't have been
No.
a problem.
It
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have really affected battery life
Yeah.
for real. It seems like that's something that
That'll be for the
it's-
SP model.
Right, it's
There you go.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. Get the super play
And
date.
it'll have a clamshell design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I miss my SP.
It's got 2 cranks.
Two
Crank
Crank it real hard.
Crank it real
You
good.
get one of those
gotta hold it in your
hand bite
mouth.
games.
You gotta
Uh-huh.
but the other big
Yo,
hey,
what up? What
my
up? What
fault.
up? What up? What up?
The other problem though is the release schedule. Because, like you're saying, every 2 weeks. So you would think that what that means is that from this launch date,
2 games every week.
right? That's yeah.
For 12
that's
weeks,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You would think that means that week 1 of the just launch, there's 2 games. Week 2, there's 2 games.
It's whenever you buy it.
It's when you buy it,
Uh-huh.
and you have a different time frame. So, like, if I got one today, and then you got one 6 months from now. I would have all the games, and you would still be on like week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that
so
doesn't
maybe,
make any
maybe
sense to me.
eventually, over time, they'll end up just having their own little eShop where you can go back and download those older
Yeah.
titles and not have to wait for them.
Yeah.
Because if you buy the console for one specific title,
Yeah,
then
but
you got to
you
wait
get- you
4
get
weeks
all of
for
them,
it.
though.
Yeah, over time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not even a store at this point. It's just.
Well, I'm
it's
saying
just
like in the future, once
Here's-
their library is large enough,
But do you think they'll still be free? Do you think all the games they
I
release?
think
on
you'll
the-
still get your first 12 weeks for your
Yeah.
first 24 games for free.
Yeah.
And then after that, they'll just be on the shop. And I'm sure that those games will probably, because I mean, these games are like $100K.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I'm
real
saying?
simple
They're like
games.
super
totally.
small, so they'll probably end up being like $2. You know, maybe $3.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yeah. Like the way they did like the PSP minis or like
Mhm.
the like what was the eShop shit? I can't remember what those are called. You remember on the Wii how they had those super tiny little games that were
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. What
Mhm.
were those?
Yeah, I mean
What were
that's
those
a
called?
that's a cool idea. To have a
Yeah.
whole bunch of really cheap games on it, and
Yeah.
it's also makes the price less of a problem when you think about that you're getting 24 games for free.
Yeah.
You know, so
also
it's
something that you can get your kid who breaks stuff all the time.
yeah, because this thing apparently is fairly sturdy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's got those holes in the bottom, so you can put like lanyards on it or whatever you want.
Oh, is
so.
that what's going on with that?
Mhm, that's what those are.
I was trying to figure out what's up with these rivets here.
Yeah. That's so you can put it on a lanyard or wear it around your neck. You know.
Yeah, because that's what I'm doing.
right.
Yeah, put it on my chain.
All right.
I got the Playdate chain.
The
What's
Playdate
up?
chain.
Hey girl, you want to go on a play date?
Go play it on my
Let's go on a
chain.
play date real quick. You know what I'm
Go
So-
play that on my chain.
There's,
saying? That's good.
I don't think there's any multiplayer.
Nah, not at this point.
I doubt
Yeah,
it.
I could
No.
see them
Yeah.
having that eventually because it already has the Wi-Fi connectivity in
Right.
it. So it'd be cool if they eventually add games that
We can trade things.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least.
something
Even
like
if
that,
you can't
yeah.
play together, that you can just trade.
Yeah, or you can both fish at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because we need the fishing.
That'd
game.
be cool.
Come
I would
on.
love to just roll up on somebody and just see him over there just cranking it. You
Uh-huh.
know?
Crank it,
Just-
crank
yeah.
it. There's one game that looks like it's like an action adventure where when you do that, that's how you attack.
Yeah.
So you have to like
Yeah.
do a spin move, and you can kind of like tornado if you want.
Uh-huh.
to,
And
you
they
know?
have that surfing game as
Yeah.
well where you crank it.
Dude, that looks so
that
cool.
looks so cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing
Man.
California games back in
Oh,
the day,
yeah.
and that shit was impossible.
That shit's man.
Oh, my
and they don't
God.
tell you what's going on in
They
California.
don't tell you about
Not at all.
anything.
Yeah.
Nope, you just fall.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
skate or die.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
start. You're like, whoa. Well, I guess it's just
You're on
die.
the
Just
verge.
die.
It's just-
Mhm.
Like you don't
Yeah.
even get past the
Fuck
middle.
no,
Right,
you just
right.
bust your face on the bottom.
What am I doing
Damn,
wrong?
dude.
Uh-huh.
That's
I
a-
remember spending like maybe like 4 hours straight trying to figure out the cycling in
Oh,
California
yeah.
games,
Oh,
and I finally
man.
got good at it. I was just, oh
Yeah.
my god, I finally got good at it.
Yeah.
And now I don't think I could ever figure it out again.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
It's like landing in Top Gun on NES.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's one of those things
Like,
that
why'd
they
you do
never
this?
fucking tell you what's
Never
going on.
works.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm interested in the Playdate.
I am too.
I could see myself getting one of these. But when a Steam Deck costs $400, and this is almost half of that,
Yeah.
it's really hard to put that in my head. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's like
Yeah.
that again. $99 would be fucking golden.
Yeah, that'd be fucking
yeah.
mint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But-
So we'll see. He'll come down.
We'll see. So
Square
Square
Enix.
Enix. Yeah, man.
President
Well,
said
I mean,
some stuff.
yeah, right.
it's
well,
not a
this
big
just-
deal, but
Yeah.
Well, I think it's important.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, the Square Enix president has been largely focusing towards the Japanese development studios,
Mhm.
that focusing on them not trying to appease the Western market.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, hey, and not saying ignore the Western market.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very important to their bottom
Fuck
line.
you, the West.
Right, I mean, but at the same time, don't focus so much on making games in a Western style. Like,
Right.
Japan
That's
needs
it.
to be
Yeah,
Japan, and there's a reason why Sony has been as successful as they've been over the
Yeah.
years. Is because that's where you find those very Japanese titles.
Right.
And so it's a
Exactly.
very important thing. It's like, people don't buy Square Enix games to play an FPS. You know,
Right.
we don't look to Square Enix for shooters.
Right.
per
And I would
se.
think
and that's
that
why
Moa-
they got People Can Fly to
Uh-huh.
develop Outriders. for
Exactly,
instance, you know what I
right.
mean? They actually went and sought out a Western developer to make that kind of game because
Uh-huh.
that makes the most sense, right?
Exactly.
But did Outriders do well enough for them to want to continue down that venture?
Outriders did very well, well.
Okay.
It just had a lot of issues out the gate.
Yeah.
But it's also a matter of timing. Like when Outriders came out, that was in the middle of the lockdowns, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
played it initially.
And then it was borked.
And then it was borked,
Yeah,
right?
so
And
we moved on. Yeah.
But Outriders actually has a new expansion called World Slayer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming out actually in a couple of months. And so I reinstalled it. I love Outriders.
Yeah, it's
I
a
love
cool
it. It's
game.
a phenomenal game. You know, if you like Gears of War,
It's Gears of War the MMO.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And see, and as far as we played, we actually never got to the abilities in actually because you can actually pull abilities off of weapons and put them onto other weapons, so you can make weapons
That's
do whatever
cool.
you want. If you want them to
Yeah.
all of a sudden randomly do lightning bolt strikes out of the sky, you know what I'm saying? You can make those things happen.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more to really explore, and they're about to add even more to the game itself. And so it's on Game Pass for those of you who have
and I don't
Game
see
Pass.
them stopping support for that. For
Outriders is
you
going
know?
to keep rolling.
But at this point, they're probably not going to make another game in that vein.
I don't know. I hope we see an Outriders 2, but the odds are very likely that it won't be, since this is a live service game.
Yeah.
You know, which they were like, no, what you get is just what you get, and we're not gonna sit there and support it over and over and make you have to constantly update this thing. You know, they wanted to basically give you a complete package like we used to get with video games, right? Like, you know, you buy a game, you get it all, and
It
that's
works.
just it, and it works.
And it
you
works.
know,
Most of the time.
Exactly. And so there was a little bit of a fumble there, and so they're like, okay, well, we're gonna still support this, because the biggest
Right.
problem was, just like any live service game, you live or die by your end game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? You live or die by it, and so if you don't have a reason to use this power that you've accrued, then people are just gonna drop it.
And there basically was no end game when it started.
Well, yeah, there were just a couple of timed arenas
Yeah.
that you could go through, and that's ass. You know, that's super ass. Their legendary drop rate was super low, so you weren't even really getting rewards for doing this super hard content. If the timer went up, then you lost all of your rewards, and so it just
Wow.
wasn't really worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I dropped the game. I'm like, I'm not going to put
That
time
sounds
into
like the
this.
same thing that was going on with Halo. You know what I mean? Like, here's the season, and like, you know, once it's
Right.
over, well,
Yeah, what? What do you want?
whatever.
Yeah, give us money for these cosmetics that aren't that good.
Yeah. Yeah. Really.
Speaking of Halo seasons,
Yeah.
segues.
Segways.
Got 'em.
Yeah, boy.
Lone Wolves.
So season 2's coming
Who's
out.
actually gonna play it? 'Cause
Man,
Look, the thing that sucks is that Halo's multiplayer is great.
fun.
Halo Infinite's multiplayer is fucking great. Like it's classic, it's tight, it looks wonderful, it runs well,
plays very well.
It's everything it's everything I wanted out of Halo multiplayer. Like I mean, for a minute
we had
there,
a lot of fun with it for a while.
right? I was very on it
Uh-huh.
for a little bit there, but other
Bought the
things,
season pass and everything, and then dropped it.
dude, we bought the season
we
pass
paid for that shit,
and then
just dropped it.
immediately after. What the fuck?
But the game was free to play, so I feel
Right.
like, okay, $10 for Halo multiplayer, I'm with it. You know, I'm with it.
And I'm way more about the multiplayer than I am the single player.
I still couldn't even get that shit to work. I could never install it. Yeah. Every
Weird.
time I try to install it, it would just like either hang up, like it would start installing and then it would just hang.
Yeah, because you,
You
have to
know,
install it in game.
Right.
That's
Uh-huh.
it's stupid.
Weird.
I
They
tried
did
to
a
install
bad
it
job
to,
with that.
to
Yeah.
different hard drives. It still wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? So
Fucking weird.
yeah, man. So I just gave up. I said, fuck it. Like, I don't even
Huh.
care.
I mean, I think it's worth playing the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first couple hours of it are very cool,
Mm-hmm.
but then you actually get into the open world part of it, and you're like, oh, I didn't want this.
My problem is that I'm a Destiny player.
Yeah,
So
and this
I
is
don't need it.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Open
but
world
really,
Halo. I'm
really
just
the,
like, bro,
the
I've been
beginning
doing that
of it
for
though,
years.
the beginning of it is fucking cool.
Right on.
Yeah, like
Up
the
there
way
with
they
the Pillar of Autumn. Come on, bro.
Not
See,
as good
here's
as
the
that.
problem. Here's
No.
this is the problem.
But it has a completely different feel than any other Halo games, and it's got this. I like really just if you can make it work,
Okay.
play the first couple hours
All right.
and then talk to me about it
All right,
because it's
that's what's
awesome.
up.
Especially you meeting the pilot dude and all that stuff. Like he's a great character.
He ain't Commander Keys.
Well, no, but he's not trying to be. This motherfucker doesn't even want to be there.
Oh, I like
This
that.
motherfucker doesn't want to be there at
I
all.
like that a lot.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't. He. I don't want to ruin it for
All
you.
right,
I just
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. And so yes,
yeah.
we got season 2 coming.
You guys gonna get it?
I mean, I might
on
jump
it?
on. I
Yeah,
might jump on.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
we
one of
could play
those
some
things that
Halo
once
for a
it
little
comes
bit,
out,
yeah.
I'll get excited about it. you
Yeah.
know? Like right now, I'm just like,
If you wanted to, Scott, you could borrow my Xbox and we could play some Halo.
It's fun, man. It's really fun.
Eh?
You could put on the hammer.
You can.
I can't put on the
And you
hammer.
will be rewarded.
You will be rewarded. Oh my god.
So, speaking of that,
We talked about half of this last week.
we did.
Yeah,
we
well-
did. Well, it wasn't really confirmed,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Right. They just put out an audio bite of
Yeah.
Gojira. And so, but now, come to find out, I don't know if we're going to be on Skull Island, but this is actually being added to Warzone.
That looks like a Skull Island to me.
I know, right?
I don't
And
see a
so,
skull, but-
and then of course those planes are the drop planes that actually drop the players into the arena. And so in the trailer, man, they got Kong snatching one of them motherfuckers out of the sky. I don't know what they're
What
about
if you're
to do.
on that one?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're about to do. And so, I mean, it could be really cool. What I expect is that they're basically just moving hazards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're having their own warfare in the background.
And you better
while
not
you're
get near
also
'em.
killing these other. Yeah, right.
Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe if they like meet up with each other, they'll start fighting. And
Uh-huh.
gotta, like avoid like big monkey feet.
Or,
and
or all of a
tails.
sudden you got that laser breath just coming down and cutting
yeah.
through the.
That's a good laser
battle
breath,
arena.
man.
Yeah,
That's a good, I like the way Godzilla's looking here. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
He's
looking gnarly.
He's not a thick Godzilla like we've had. You know, he seems
Yeah.
to be a pretty regular shaped one, but he also has like almost like a Shin Godzilla-ish kind of thing.
Looks like a transformer.
It's like they took a couple of Godzillas and kind of made
Mixed
their
them
own
together,
hybrid.
yeah.
Which I'm
Uh-huh.
cool. And Kong
And
is
then
fucking
look at the
Kong.
monkey.
Kong is
Look
Kong,
at the
dude.
monkey,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always
baby.
thought
Can't-
this specific Godzilla design was more reminiscent of like Godzilla 2000.
Yeah, kind of.
Kinda.
Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Of Godzilla.
but it doesn't look nearly as goofy.
No,
Yeah.
because that one just looked like a weird T-Rex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, I'm all about
Yeah.
this new Gojira.
Did you know that the guy that came up with that one is the same guy that did all the practical effects in the Mario Brothers movie?
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he did like the
Really?
Koopa transformation and everything,
Right.
and apparently like some of like he was gonna make the Koopa transformation way nastier and all this stuff.
Oh.
They're
And
like,
then-
"Well, this is for kids."
Yeah, they're like, calm it down, dude.
wait. They told them to tone that down,
Uh-huh.
but nothing else.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
fucking Bob Hoskins.
So this is coming out on I think May the 11th. So we'll have some more
Yeah.
information on that.
I still haven't played any Warzone.
Well, I mean,
at
if you're
all.
not a big fan of Battle Royale,
I'm not.
then,
Uh-uh.
yeah. Like I got into Apex really
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
I felt like that was like Battle Royale perfection.
I
But I
tried
think
it,
about
yeah.
jumping into Warzone every once in a while. Like
Yeah.
for this, I'll check it out.
I'd like to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll play a couple rounds, see what's going on.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
install that 120 gigs of Warzone.
But hey,
God.
hey, you don't have to install Vanguard. You can just install
Yeah.
Cold War, and then we'll have
Yeah.
Warzone, and we'll have
the new zombies
zombies
stuff.
Yeah, man. And
Because
so,
isn't there another map and another thing that we haven't played on zombies? For,
well, they did add Levi. They
Yeah.
added that, and I think along with that, they may have added. I'm not sure, man, but there's definitely new shit to see.
Okay.
Definitely that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we'll scope that out.
We'll be seeing this soon too.
Now,
yeah,
this is what the world
This isn't
needs.
necessarily an announcement, though. It's just one of the writers was
This is funny.
wanting
It's just funny. No,
Valve
it's. I mean,
to let
it's.
him write.
This is the
Portal
same
3,
problem that Valve's had for a while, right? We all know.
Not putting games out.
No, they just can't count to 3.
They can't count to 3.
yeah.
Valve
That's the
has
problem.
no idea how to count to 3.
Yes.
Like 1, 2. Okay, start over. 1, 2. Wait. 1.
Right.
Alex.
2. That's it.
Yeah, right.
God damn. So close.
But just like a lot of stuff, like for instance, Valve had Half-Life 3 completely written.
yeah.
Valve had.
Didn't they post that script like online somewhere?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was leaked. I don't think they posted it.
Oh yeah. I got it.
But I think they also had like another Team Fortress that they had plans for. That one was like barely started, and then Portal 3 was a story that the original writer had already been working on.
Mm-hmm.
He already had a lot of this idea. So now at this point, he's like,
He's
"Come,
just like,
dude,
let me
just
do
let me,
it.
let me
Just
make.
let me
I'll
do
fucking
it."
make it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the simple fact that that information's out means
Yeah.
that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how we get the ball rolling. Because once you start talking about it, you get to gauge consumer interest.
Yeah.
And if the interest is definitely there, especially with the announcement for PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Like it's a good time to start talking about a new Portal.
Oh
It's a
man,
real
imagine
good
the
time.
haptics.
Dude,
Bro.
VR Portal.
Bro,
You get a
oh my
bloop.
god! Oh no, I need VR Portal.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dude.
need
man.
that. It would be amazing.
Yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be
totally.
really really cool.
Yeah.
And so yeah, as long as the conversation's happening, it's kind of like everything happening with like Capcom and SNK working together again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of a sudden we're having these talks, and as long as we're having those talks, that means that we have options. We have
People are
possibilities.
talking.
Absolutely.
It's like,
So
there
keep
you
chatting
is,
it up.
Bernie.
Because we need Portal 3.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, I want to see GLaDOS come back.
So okay, so let's just put this on here because they always have.
What if you got to be GLaDOS? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
If you-
What if your whole thing is trying to kill people that are like, you know, or putting people through tests?
Yeah.
Putting
What if you
people
could
through
build
You-
tests for your friends to go through?
What if it was an asymmetric situation?
Right.
You know, where other people are portaling and then you're GLaDOS.
Uh huh.
You
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
wouldn't that work better as a spin-off and not a direct sequel?
Yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
can't count to 3,
Right.
so. Shit, I
I
had
mean,
something.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know what I was
somewhere.
expecting.
Yeah. And so yeah, we'll see.
Yep. So new World of Warcraft expansion.
Good
Wow.
for good for WoW players
Oh.
who are all playing 14 with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, like, I mean, they're gonna try to get people to come back on it, and
Yeah.
I guarantee people are gonna get it and then play it for a couple weeks.
Well, yeah.
and
See,
then,
here's the thing.
you
They're
know.
adding, you know, the Dragonflight, which
Yeah.
is going to give you 5 new zones. You're going to get a level cap increase up to 70. You're getting a new playable race, these, like,
Which
lizard people.
has never existed in the Warcraft universe at all. So yay, good
Yay.
good
Well-
work,
well,
Blizzard.
But the
yeah.
cool thing that I will say is kind of cool is like the dragons are actually customizable.
They look cool.
Mounts.
Yeah.
So you can actually customize your own mount.
Yeah.
That's kind of lit. Now I don't know if it's enough to get people to want to subscribe to your shit again.
Nah,
You
nah.
know,
they
like-
should have made Murlocs the
You
new
know,
race.
the best thing that they can do, man, is put this motherfucker on Game Pass and have an Xbox Series S X version. If they could do that, that would really help because there's no Xbox version of Final Fantasy 14. There's no Xbox version of Lost Ark, right? So yeah, so they don't have an MMO outside of ESO. They got ESO, and that's about it.
Okay, I
and so if
see.
they did that, then that would give them a good install base right now. But right now, with all of the scrutiny over Activision Blizzard as a whole, just that by
Right.
itself,
Yeah.
and then having, you know, giants in the room like 14 and even like Lost Ark,
yeah, yeah.
they got to do some work, man. You
It'll
know,
be an
like
uphill battle.
yeah, because they've broken trust with the users, you know, and it's hard to get back. So
Yeah.
yeah, good. And they haven't even announced the release date for this damn thing.
Nah.
So it's like, yeah, we got an expansion coming. It's like, when? I mean, it's coming.
You know,
it's gonna come
sometime.
sometime in the future.
2 years from now.
Shit.
Yeah.
When
And so-
definitely be nobody gets.
Well, like I said, man, they just need an announcement for Xbox, and
Yeah.
if they don't have that, then good fucking luck.
Yeah.
I'm just burning money at this point.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Blizzard. Well,
it
that's
is.
their whole mantra is it's coming out when it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm fine with in general.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
but Blizzard will take too long.
Yes, they will.
You know?
Yeah, Diablo 4.
Right.
You know, and they know that
Yeah.
we'll wait for it, but at the same time, it's like people are making moves right now, dude. Like you might
Yeah.
want to do something, make it episodic. I don't
Hire
know.
more people.
There you go.
Like, how about that?
Well,
and
then-
don't lay
stop,
them off.
right,
yeah, I was
right.
about to say like I don't know
Stop,
about
maybe
that.
Stop
stop
abusing
late-
them.
Yeah.
Right.
How
I
about
think
that one?
that's
Maybe
the
stop
that's the
fucking
important
with
thing.
your employees.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
You'll get shit out.
No
faster.
more Cosby rooms.
suites.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Well, it's because the carpet looked like a sweater.
Oh my god, dude. That was a terrible idea.
So
Cool. Roster league, guys.
how many characters is
What
it?
do you
16
think of
total?
this?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, we didn't do that.
Finally, we got it in.
Yeah, right.
Somewhere
So
in
okay, so we got a leak for DNF Duel, which is
Hot.
lit because we're over here thinking, okay, maybe we'll just have 10 characters. You know, who knows? So they're actually going to be 16.
Yeah.
That's
All
a
right.
decent chunk, man.
That,
Oh, yeah.
No, especially with the way that the game functions, with the way that it plays, like that's a lot. Those animations are going to be sick. And so we've got the Striker, we've got Grappler, Inquisitor, Dragon Knight, Ranger, Hitman, Kunoichi, and the Kunoichi, right? Vanguard as well. Those were in the beta.
Yeah.
We're also going to have an Enchantress, the Swift Master. Okay, so that's going to be pretty. I mean, having someone faster than Kunoichi, like,
Yeah, crazy.
what? That's insane. And apparently, you use like wind magic with that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It looks really lit. Ghost Blade, which was also in the beta.
Yeah.
The Troubleshooter, Crusader.
The
also in the beta.
Troubleshooter. I love
Fucking
that guy.
Crusader. Crusader's so broken.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your Crusader. I hate you.
Put
On the hammer. And a wall?
Well,
And
and
what?
and fucking Zeus bolts.
Dude,
Yeah,
what
dude,
is this, man? The
I will
power of
smite you.
He got the power of God and anime on
right.
his side.
God.
You know? Also the launcher and an unlockable hidden character.
Yeah,
which
which
is actually
are
the guy,
favorite.
That
yeah, the
dude
guy
at the
that's
very
up here
top,
at the
he's
top
clipped
that's
out.
not,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you look at the cover, because they've already shown the cover art for DNF Duel. If you look at the cover, it's the big dude
Enchantress
at the
is back
top.
there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. And so DNF coming out in June, and it's gonna make some waves, man. You know, and there are some people who really believe that it might end up being free to play.
Oh,
There's
really?
a big
What?
there's a big push right now for fighting games to start going free to play because it gives you
And
a
then you
large
just buy
install
the
base.
characters.
Bing, 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 bing. That's kind of what they did. They did that with
Oh.
KI, and it worked so well for Killer Instinct.
No,
they did
dude,
that with
like
Dead
that-
or Alive.
That
There we go. Right. And so, I mean, that would be.
fighters make the most sense with the free to play model
Uh-huh.
because a lot of these games, even being fighting fans, we can observe a game from the outside and go, oh, that looks cool. But until
Right.
you put your hands on it, you don't know if you actually like the way the game feels.
Exactly.
But if you get them that one character, like let's say you can unlock one character.
Right.
Right? Because, I loved the way that KI did it because not only did you have Jago immediately, but they had a cycling character that was unlocked, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you would just spend a little bit more. Yeah, like Dead by
DVD?
Daylight.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a similar
Sitting
situation.
there, I was
You
like,
know,
dude, that
DVD,
makes
what
fucking
is
Yeah,
this?
sense,
because
dude.
the truth of the matter is like, you know, with us having played fighting games our whole lives,
Yeah.
right? Like I think we take a lot of things for granted. One of the things that we take for granted the most is that the skill floor is very high.
Yeah.
You know, to get into a fighter, it's very, very high. There was a video here recently where there was a tournament where all these FPS players were invited to play Street Fighter. And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll play this game, whatever the fuck.
Alright.
And they just started getting waxed. And they're
Of
like,
course
what the
they
fuck,
did.
man? Like, it's like, this game is hard.
Like, I can't
this
play
is the
games
hardest
or
game.
something.
Yeah, dude, like, why is this game so fucking hard? You know, games should not be this hard. And I'm just
Where's
like,
the
damn.
pistol?
Yeah, right? For
Yeah.
real, dude. It's like, you know, usually I could at least, you know, do a 360 no scope. And it's like, nah, man. It's
This
like,
ain't
keep it
like that, dude. This is a whole
right?
different world over
Right,
here.
and so
yeah.
for a lot of people, a $70 entry fee that's a lot.
I mean,
and
like-
fighting games live and die by the casual crowd,
Dude, like-
it's not the tournament scene that keeps a fighting game alive.
We're loving King of Fighters, right?
Right.
But at the same time, if they're releasing a 3 character pack for $15 a piece,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's getting to the point where you're going like, how many characters are they going to fucking release?
Right.
I already
And-
spent the initial amount of money. I'm going to have a $150 game here in a couple of months.
Oh,
you know?
look at Dead or Alive 6.
Yeah.
Look
Mhm.
at
Yeah,
Dead or
yeah.
Alive 5. You know what I'm saying? Like you can easily spend thousands just trying to get all that DLC.
You know, we also
And that's in
get wrecked
2022.
online,
Oh yeah,
so
every
don't worry about it. Like,
anytime we do a
yeah.
late cast and someone like just pops in randomly,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and we're
Or any-
like, oh man, we'll let you
Yeah.
fight, and then we just get fucking
Yeah,
floored.
well, people know life is kind of stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so,
Yeah.
but
No
that being
life.
stated, I mean, it's the truth, man. People,
You're right.
people do. People get their one fighting game and they'll play it for years.
well,
and
like
years and
you know,
years and
I've
years
seen
and
a
years.
lot of stuff over the years of top tier like professional gamers, right?
Right.
And you know, you hear about those households where people live in and that kind of thing.
Oh man,
Fighters
me
been
and
doing
Patrick-
that shit for fucking 20 years now. okay?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, you see those guys like, for instance, Justin Wong and that kind of thing,
Mhm.
where it's a whole bunch of dudes in a house,
And that's what they
and
do.
that's all they do
That's
from
what
the
they do. They
minute
throw
that they
down.
wake up until the end of the day,
Yeah.
making sure that they can red parry everything in the game.
Right,
you know
because
what I
I
mean?
mean that's the whole thing. Like learning fighting games is like learning
Yeah.
a language.
Yeah,
right.
uh-huh.
It's like learning a language, and if you become good at them, and you have someone to play with, and I
It's
mean,
a
'cause
conversation,
it's all
right?
about it's a conversation.
Yeah.
dude. It's high speed chess.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and when you get into that flow, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You know, there's really nothing like it. But if you're on the outside, it looks really fun and cool.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
pick up your sticks and it's your turn, and you start getting mollywopped, then it's all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I quit. You know,
Yeah.
people don't want to lose, right? So they don't want to get good. If you make them free to play, then all of a sudden everyone's going to at least try it.
Yep.
You know, and so the next thing you know, you have people of your same skill level, and you can get your W's in, even though you don't know shit, and then you start learning things over time. So it may be really wise for fighters to take that approach.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, you got to join us with some fighters sometime, Wolf.
Yes, please. Yeah, look, PKL. Yeah, he and I used to play a lot of Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah.
Heck
A
yeah.
lot of Soul Calibur, boy. I'll play some right now.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah.
Soul Calibur.
Transcending history.
Yeah, that's
in the
definitely Wolf's
world.
game. I know that.
A tale
yeah.
of souls and swords, eternally retold. Look, y'all don't want to fuck with my genre. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say to anybody watching, you can throw down the gauntlet. All right, put your name in the chat.
Yeah, like
come
the
see
thing
you.
is, I used to play so much Soul Calibur, and then I just completely stopped after 4.
Well, there was a reason
I barely
for that.
played 4.
Yeah, it's
you know?
because 5 was ass. You know.
Yeah, I didn't
4
even touch 5
Yeah.
until. No, I never touched 5. I just got 6.
Well, good for you.
yeah,
Yeah, I was very upset. I got that
6 is good.
at launch. 6 is great.
I like
6
six.
is the best Soul Calibur since Soul
Keely
Calibur
Quintal
2.
I spend more time in the character creators than I do actually.
Oh,
playing
absolutely.
You made so many
Dude,
characters.
really do.
Yeah.
Cracked down
Dude,
on it, dude.
Dude,
I
I
got
got,
a
I got,
Bowsette.
I got a
Cast.
Captain Harlock. I
Yeah.
got an Excel. I got all the characters from Mutna.
Bro, I got a Bowsette on deck. I got
Darkness,
Naruto.
boy.
I got Sasuke.
Yep.
I got several versions of them.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
fucking Dante. I got Mugen and
you got
Jin
Ava.
and Fu. I
Yeah.
got Ava.
There you go.
My Final Fantasy
Ava's
14
in everything,
character.
though.
Ava, yeah, I take her across the world. I take her with me, man. That's my girl.
Good.
And so yeah, we should do a Soul Cal cast, and
That'd be
if
good.
y'all want to get in and get at it, then hey,
Hell
get
yeah.
active.
I mean, hell, maybe that's what we should do next Saturday. You know, instead of doing the podcast.
it's hard
just,
to not melt. Oh yeah, gotcha.
you know, middle of the day, do Soul Calibur for a while, do a
Yeah.
couple other things. You know,
I'm with it.
Yep.
I'm with that life.
we'll let you know. Oh, dude, you made Tira into Harley Quinn. That's perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and that would be a really cool thing to do too, is just to show off some of our custom characters.
Oh hell yeah.
You know, because you
Oh,
can
yeah.
make. I mean, really, you can get super creative
Yeah,
with
you
that
can.
system. You know, and so, but they, I mean, it's been stated that Soul Calibur 6 might be the last Soul Calibur ever. Yeah, the person who actually fought to get it done is no longer with Namco Bandai, and so
Wow.
like so we may never see a Soul Calibur again. So everybody pick up Soul Calibur 6 and show Namco Bandai that they're fucking up.
Whoa,
Yeah.
man.
Because I mean, especially because
That's
Soul
sad
Calibur
news.
6 was their return to glory.
Yeah, it
it
was
was their
awesome.
return to form. You know, and it's heartbreaking to think that we may never see one again.
I like 6 more than 4, and I
Oh,
thought 4
yeah.
was solid.
Four's
you know?
good. Four's a very good game. I liked Yoda.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
I liked
That-
Vader.
Vader
Fuck,
was
dude.
sick, boy.
Yeah, and Vader
Yeah.
wasn't as broken as the other two.
Starkiller was broken.
He fucking broken.
Yeah, he was
dude.
all the way broken.
Apprentice?
Yeah, but I mean, just sitting there watching. You hate 6? Oh, well, hey man, good for
Oh.
you. So wait, what do you play then? 3, 2,
I mean, 3 is the shit, dude.
3 is, but it was only on PS2.
PS2, yeah.
Right. So it didn't have the wide appeal that the other ones did, unfortunately.
But
Scott's
roster
like,
looks
move.
Yeah.
Scott's like,
Yeah, yeah.
move.
That's
Yeah, we'll talk about fighters all night long. Real talk. Real talk.
new Elden Ring patch, and it looks like they buffed fucking everything.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all the great
Yeah.
swords, the
Uh-huh.
two-handed weapons, a lot of spells got buffed.
Yeah, yeah. There's really only one thing I think that people have looked at and been like, "Oh, well, shit. If there's a summon that's something swarm,
Yeah, that they used to cheese out Melania.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Because they
Yeah.
buffed her as well, and so but they took the
buffed
bleed.
Melania.
Yeah, she like heals now, just like without even hitting you.
No.
Yeah, it's all because of that. Oh, you know they also put Let Me Solo Her. You remember that guy?
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
They
totally.
actually put him like modder, put him into the game. You know, as a summon, so you could just always
Wow.
summon him. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's beautiful. You know, this dude's like, I'm just doing God's work. I'm just here to, fuck this bitch up. Y'all can't
Yeah.
kill her.
Yeah,
I got it. You know,
got it.
yeah.
Go
and
get
so-
you. Go get you a snack.
yeah, for real. I got this. Let me
Got
handle this. You know. And so, but yeah, man, modders put him into the game, and I'm like, I respect
Awesome.
that. I love it. So yeah, if you're playing Elden, then if you like heavy weapons, if you like spells, you're gonna get a lot more powerful.
Wow.
Good for you.
See, I wonder if they're going to keep doing the updates to story, because in the last patch that was a big deal, is that they continued a whole bunch of NPC quest lines.
Now I wonder about and maybe you can answer it. What happens if you've already killed them? Then you just don't get these quest lines. You got to
gotta
start
do
over.
that next time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way this
Wouldn't
game
that suck?
this game
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
Though.
Like you'd
yeah.
be like, all right, well, I'm going to kill these
Oh, it
guys.
really
'cause I can
sucks
always
when you
go
kill
and get
the
items.
vendor.
Oh yeah, right.
I will say in Elden Ring they actually do something really cool to mitigate that issue.
Right.
So,
You go to the.
yeah, you go to the twin finger readers.
Jesus Christ, these fingers, man.
Yeah, they love.
They'd be like just finger banging everybody.
Yep.
We're just finger banging. That's what we did.
finger.
Yeah. Let me smell your finger.
But yeah, so you get those little
Smell thing.
bell
I
bearings.
mean, it's like this, bro.
Oh.
This shit's furled.
It's furled.
He's gonna hit the G spot.
Unfurl.
God.
But
Oh,
yeah.
rip our fan base. Like I can't listen to that
goodbye.
Trey guy. Goodbye. All right. Well, and this next one just meh.
Yeah, we don't really know much about
We don't know
this,
anything about
except
it.
for it was a canceled game.
Yes.
That now they've revived.
And Skydance.
In Skydance, yeah.
That's all I need to know.
It makes me wonder if this is going to be that 1313 thing. You know what I'm talking
But
about?
they're talking like it's going to be an entirely new experience.
Right.
Like,
But
they're
if
doing
that
something
never
completely
happened,
different.
then
It's technically
is
still new.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's new to me.
Oh, for real. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
it's just good. I mean, it's good to see.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a lot more Star Wars happening, and
Right.
EA isn't the only fucking
Thank
company.
you. That's
doing it.
everything.
Yeah.
That's everything. You know, because I mean, Skydance Media, they're phenomenal developers. You know, they're responsible for Saints and Sinners, and so
Yeah.
bro, you know,
Which they haven't said if this is VR or not. I'm guessing not.
probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
But we can hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean, Vader Immortal is dope. It wasn't dope on PlayStation, but
Right.
as a game though, that shit's fucking great.
Yeah.
Even though the story is whatever, you know.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
The gameplay itself though, amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
More
we'll
Star
see.
Wars.
More Star Wars. Or go.
Yeah, so Netflix be fucking up.
I'm sorry, man. This is a complete point and laugh moment for me. They deserve this.
They do. They
They
do.
deserve
They
it.
lost 200,000 subscribers.
200K just for trying to crack down on people sharing passwords.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
really?
know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that
I'm like,
what it is?
that's what
I
it
thought
is.
it was the reason that they lost that
You thought it was
many
cuties?
people.
Uh-uh.
So I thought it was cooties.
Right.
I thought it was cooties.
No, man, it's like, you know, they were talking about this last year, saying that they're losing billions of dollars because people are sharing accounts, right? And I'm like, you're doing your math wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah,
you're imagining is firstly that we ever will have the same amount of time that we had during the lockdowns. Right? That's the first thing. That's where you're fucking up first. Secondly, you're imagining that everyone will want to pay because what they've done is they've raised the price for Netflix to help cover those losses, right? So now it's $20 a month. So you're imagining that everyone who uses your service will
Would have
play
paid.
$20 a month.
Yeah,
the
but no,
answer
but-
is no.
No,
they will
no.
not.
You start
You know?
cracking down on this, and they go, "Okay, I'll go
Well,
somewhere
I'll go
else."
yeah,
Well, I
I'll,
mean,
I'll
watch
watch
YouTube.
Hulu.
Like-
I'll watch,
fucking-
yes.
It is
Yeah.
about to say it isn't like, you know, back in the day where Netflix was the only game in town.
Yeah.
Now you have
Yeah.
so many like
All
subscriptions
the
just
competition.
for TV.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yep.
now. I mean, shoot, I can think like I know I have at least 4.
Yeah, me too.
You know, And it's like Jesus.
And
you
I did.
know?
I
And
really
that-
thought hard about like dropping Netflix when they, you know, because I just started it up and they're like, "Oh, you know, it's $19.99 now," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm saying?
mean,
Like, that's a good way to
I
get people
really
canceled.
I really thought about it, but they kind of have they have an anime prison, so it's just like
Crunchyroll's over there doing work. But
Yeah.
then again, you're absolutely correct. Like they
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 do
make
have their
some really
certain
good
shows. Certain shows.
Yeah, their Netflix
only
originals
come
are good.
only come to Netflix for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And so like I'll pay them, but at the same time, I just hope that they realize the truth. And the truth of the matter is that you want people to share accounts.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, these streaming services are getting to be so expensive at this point that we're about to get back into a zone where we have to get cable packages again.
Right.
Really?
Right? You know,
We're
people
probably
cancel their
we're
cable
honestly
packages.
already there.
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
Everything's
we're-
just a la carte. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was
Exactly.
that? What's that service? VRV or something where you
Oh,
get
yeah.
like Crunchyroll, Hulu, I think Amazon, or maybe not Amazon or Netflix, but like, you know, a bunch of different like
Yeah.
subscriptions.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Yeah, they good.
And then
They need to pay attention.
I found out that if you have T-Mobile, they're giving you a year free of Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah. Somebody else was telling me about that too.
Probably Robbie.
Maybe. Yeah. No.
I
It's
mean, he's
some
got
random
the
person.
inside info. you
Yeah.
know.
Well. Yeah. For the time being, I think my dude's about to move on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Onward onwards and upwards, man.
I hope so, dude.
Keep evolving, you know. Keep evolving. And so, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll keep fucking losing subscribers. Is
Yeah,
what they'll
right?
figure out.
Because what they're saying that they're gonna do is have a different tiered package that will allow you to watch Netflix on different screens and from different households, right? So now all of a sudden, instead of paying $20, you pay $25, and then you can watch it on different screens. And it's like, I don't know about all that, man.
Yeah, well, cause like right now with Netflix, what you can do 2 people at once, isn't it?
Is it 2 or 3?
It's either 2 or 3. It's something like that.
But Disney Plus is like 1. There's like you can watch on one screen. And
There's no such thing as, it's still out there. People
Oh,
still
yeah.
fucking pay for the
Oh,
sports
no.
packages
I
and
have
shit,
yes. I know
especially on the
people, like,
sports sides of things.
Yeah.
That's where
yeah.
It won't be called cable.
Yeah.
yeah, there'll be
But-
another name for it, but it'll be the same thing.
Just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yep.
It's not cable, it's Ethernet.
Right.
It's a little bit different. It's a different kind of cable.
Different kind of cable.
Yeah, so Grand Blue Fantasy, back to more fighters.
Okay.
So
Fighters.
you're going to have to let us talk about fighters for another 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
one of my favorite topics.
Grand Blue Fantasy is getting an update. They're getting a whole bunch of new mechanics.
Yeah, they're adding mechanics. And so here's the thing, man. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is amazing. Right? It's a great game. It was a victim of timing. You know, when it came out, that was right before the pandemic hit. And so all of a sudden tournaments were all kiboshed, you know, so it didn't really get the exposure that it kind of deserved because it's a very, very good game, very cool systems. And so they're going to be, well, now, due to the fact that Dragon Ball FighterZ has kind of died off, a lot of people are playing Grand Blue again. You know, and so it's like, you know, and it's like people are getting into it for the first time.
Well, they need to
like a year
release
later.
like a full package.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that's going to be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Because they're adding, like, they did a poll asking people which Grand Blue characters they wanted to see in Versus.
Oh, okay.
And so, and people are saying, like, a lot of the same characters. And
Yeah,
so what they're
yeah,
doing is they're actually adding new mechanics to the game. The way Grand Blue works is like each character has basically 3 different special moves, and they're all on a cooldown, right? So you can use one. If you use the easy input, then it's a long cooldown. If you use a motion input to use it, it's a shorter cooldown. And so now they're adding 3 more abilities per character. So everybody's going to have 6 different options. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with that card system. We'll see about that. But that by itself is going to dramatically shake up the foundation for this game.
Change up the meta completely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so it's really cool seeing it kind of get a second chance because, like I said, it really didn't get to represent itself as well as it really, really should have.
I mean, I still haven't played it. I'd love to try it out.
I mean, I reinstalled it. Let's go.
I mean, I'm not spending the money on it.
Oh,
it costs
yeah,
so
that's right.
much to get it and then all the characters.
Yeah.
Again, it's that $150 fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when I initially invested in it, I got the Indonesian version.
Oh.
And so, yeah, right, because it came out like a week earlier or something. I let the hype get to me.
Did you
and so
get it from
in order
PlayAsia or
to,
something?
dude, no, I downloaded it from the PlayStation Store,
Oh.
but I had to make a spoof account, like with an Indonesian address. So they thought I was actually in Indonesia. Now, the problem is that I actually have to convert U.S. currency to their currency in order to buy DLC. So I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such a pain in the ass. I don't want to deal with it, you know? So
There's some
I
really
thought
cool
about,
characters, though.
Yeah, they really, really are, you know? And it's a lot of fun, man. Like, I really thought about reinvesting because every moment that I spent playing this game, I loved it.
I bet you could get a physical copy for cheap and then get the DLC.
If you could find one.
I mean, used.
That'd be the hard part.
You know, get on Amazon and look at their
get on
used. Or
Mercari,
get on.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's got one out there for $25.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Because that's the way to do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why you get that PS5 disc version. Look, do not just get
Seriously.
the digital version. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you have to, I get it. If you have to, but you want ownership.
Yes.
All right, we're getting to a point where we're not going to own anything, people.
Also,
you
you
know?
know, you want to be able to let your friends borrow games.
Borrow stuff, or you want to be able to find a game for cheap every
Yeah,
once in a
that
while.
too.
You know, digital media does not depreciate. So think about this, man.
It goes on sale, but it doesn't fucking depreciate.
Dead or Alive 5. Last
Yeah.
round, we started playing that the other day, and that thing's still like $30.
Yeah,
you know,
I
and
know.
all the DLC is still
Yeah.
like $10 a
Yeah,
piece.
I
Characters
know.
at $14.99.
I mean,
I'm
dude,
like, bro, you came out
guys
in
were talking
2017.
about it, and Robbie told me Rachel's in the game, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, I got to get this." And I looked on it. I thought it was cheaper than that.
Right.
Yeah. So
Mai
I just-
Shiranui, dude.
yeah.
Mai is in
Mai,
there.
dude.
Mai's in there.
Ah.
And so I did. I blew some cheese just to play the game for one night.
Is anybody else? Is Nicararu in it?
Nakaruru? No.
Yeah,
no, they wouldn't-
Nakaruru, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, no, she's not in there. The other guest characters were. Are we talking about 5 or 6? 5 last round. They had a
I guess I'm talking about
crossover.
6.
Okay, because 5 they had a crossover with Virtual Fighter, and so you got Akira, you got Jackie, you got Pi, you got Sarah Bryant.
That's cool.
All those characters are in there. In 6 they have like Mai Shiranui and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Control 1 at 60. Yeah, right. That's the way that goes, man. I'm telling you, physical media, we need it. We
Yep.
still need it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's too expensive.
Yep.
Splatoon 3 coming out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, what was the date, Scott?
Oh, I don't know. I
You're
don't
the
play
Switch
this.
guy. Dude, it's like, is it September? Yeah, it's September
I
the 9th.
literally don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't play
Hey.
Splatoon.
Right, yeah.
Splatoon. Yeah.
I'm happy
I
for the
think-
people that are excited for this game, but I'm not.
I have a feeling all three of us feel about the same way about Splatoon. It's like, wow, that looks fun
Yeah,
for somebody
yeah, it
else.
might be
Right.
really
that
fun.
looks
Yeah, man. Like,
really fun.
Like, I
Yeah.
could totally see getting into it.
Oh,
if,
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, if I still had a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of been my biggest thing. Like, if I had other people to play with,
Right.
I might, invest in one of like 2 or
Yeah.
I
you
feel like
know,
Nintendo, they're
But-
masters of doing that, right? Like putting out that game that's like, it's kind of like ARMS. Remember ARMS?
Yeah, ARMS
Like,
was cool,
was
dude.
super
ARMS was
exciting
cool.
and really fun for a little while.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? And so, you just drop it and kind of walk away.
They like stuff in the moment.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the long game with a lot of the
Right,
stuff. You know?
exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people have been waiting a long time for Splatoon 3. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
and
for
it does
'em.
look good.
yeah.
So.
It looks Splatoony.
Splatoon.
Uh-huh. Right? Right?
Getting
yeah.
into trailers. Got a shit ton of trailers this
Shit
week.
ton of trailers.
we can just fly through them. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Ultraman, Shin Ultraman. Yep.
Shin
Dude,
Ultraman,
look.
directed by Shinji Higuchi.
Yeah.
The same
Uh-huh.
guy who did Shin Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
I don't know quite how much Hideki Anno is involved in this project. He
hope
might
so.
just be a producer,
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah.
know, which is fine. He has Evangelions to make, you know.
Forever.
I just
Correct.
love seeing him blocking the haters, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
He's like,
all
yeah,
the haters.
yeah,
this-
right there.
I love it.
This is that bullshit trying to hit him, and he's
Uh-huh.
blocking
He
it.
ain't even
That's
looking at it. He ain't
Yeah.
even looking.
Well, you can't really tell
No,
where he's
but
looking.
but
Also,
that's true.
it's always freaked me out with Ultraman because it's like his nose goes all the way to his top lip.
Top
yeah,
lip
yeah.
all the way
You
down.
know,
Yeah.
like that's fucking freaky.
And in
to
the
me.
original show, you can see the 2 eye holes, so it just
Totally.
looks like he's like cross-eyed
Uh-huh.
the whole fucking time.
Yeah. And then what was that? What was that movie that the guy was flying around, had the helmet? turned his head
Rocketeer?
to- Rocketeer.
Oh, yeah,
It's
kind
that
of,
helmet
yeah.
was, yeah. Well, it was inspired by Ultraman. And so that's why that thing is designed that way.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
That's
whenever
awesome.
I see it, I can't help but
The
think
original
about
Rocketeer,
Rocketeer.
like the
Robo-
comic, was inspired by.
The design.
The design for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
Rocketeer was, what is it, Gaman?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
RoboCop was based on that.
yeah.
And then like in later seasons of that show, after RoboCop had come out, they actually made his character design look more like RoboCop
Oh, cool.
because they found
Yeah.
out it's like, hey, they based this on our,
That's the only thing about RoboCop, man. I mean, he's a bad man, but you can just walk away from him.
Yeah, you could.
You just
Uh-huh.
walk.
Yeah.
Now he can
Yeah.
shoot you in the back.
I was about
So
to
just
say,
go around the
with
corner.
a lot of accuracy.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just go around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, serpentine.
Just show him pictures of his family.
Oh
That'll stop
God,
him.
you're cruel. you just, I don't know what's wrong with you, bro.
That's his kryptonite.
Or
He starts having the headaches.
Show him a picture of his junk. You know, you remember your balls?
Damn. But yeah, there's a trailer out for this. Looks
Yeah.
good. Can't wait.
Go check it out.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
This Ultraman.
Yeah.
Ultraman.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
we got a trailer.
More Taika Waititi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm with that.
I know,
am,
man.
I am.
Yeah.
Look, I just have to get over it, man. I don't like Thor as a comedy.
I don't
series.
either. I don't either, man.
I've got to get over it.
And the thing is, I don't hate it. I
Yeah.
just don't like it.
Right.
That's how I feel. Because I think Thor Ragnarok is a very
Ragnarok.
fun movie to watch.
Right, okay, so is Thor? What was?
Ragnarok's the last
Ragnarok's
Thor movie.
Thor,
That's the third
and
one. What's
then
the second?
is it? In,
The
it's not in
Dark World?
Dark World.
The dark world, yeah, because it's
Dark
all
World.
about the dark elves and everything.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
right.
all
that
about
one's
the.
actually really good.
That one's good.
That one's really good.
Mhm.
But then the Ragnarok, all of a sudden, it was a straight up
He's
comedy.
just silly.
Yeah, and
and he
that
cut all
really
his
threw me
hair
off.
off. Cut all his
Yeah.
beautiful hair off.
Yeah, you got
He's
Thor,
got his hair
dude.
back in this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Thor
He's got his hair back
Thor
in this one.
dude. You know,
Thor
it's
dude.
like-
Yep.
Yeah, man, it was like
A little rock dude.
yeah,
Taika
man.
Waititi play.
And so I mean,
Yep.
and it's gonna be larger
Dark
than life.
World.
It's gonna be
Yep, Dark World.
entertaining, but I just have to get off of my fucking high horse
Right.
and let everything that I love about Thor just go out the window.
But
and
this also
ride
looks
wave.
from the trailer that this is kind of like Guardians 3
right.
to a
That's
degree.
the thing.
You know what
They
I
just
mean?
follow
Like,
the exact same template.
But I mean, like Guardians and Thor kind of make sense to hang out with each
That's
other. you
true.
know? Like
Yeah.
that works. That
Right.
totally works. You know, the only thing that you need with all of that is introduction of actual Nova and get the Nova core
Nova
stuff
core,
in there.
yeah.
You know, because
Power of the Nova Force.
I've always liked Nova.
Me
Nova's
too.
cool.
Yeah,
You know.
lit. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But
Yeah. Natalie Portman's back.
Yeah,
We've
Natalie
known
Portman's
about,
back.
We've known
Always
about
a
that.
plus.
and she
Yeah.
looks awesome
Yeah,
with the
Lady-
hammer.
yeah,
like at
Lady
the
Thor.
end, she's
Yeah, dude.
Is that Gamora to the right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Gamora was dead.
No.
This is Gamora from another
Oh,
timeline.
what am I thinking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
God.
on, man.
Okay, my bad. Yep. Lord.
Oh yeah, the multiverse fucked everything up.
Everything,
Everybody's coming
man.
back
It's a
now.
multiverse
God.
now. Everybody's
I gotta renew
Look,
all these
and then,
contracts.
Man,
And then what's,
people don't die in the Marvel
They
universe.
don't. Absolutely
And
not.
Fucking Korg.
How long do you think it's
Yeah.
gonna be before we see Downey again?
Actually, you know, they're saying it might be what's his name coming into the MCU as Tony Stark. The short feller.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr.
No,
was pretty
no,
short.
man, why can't I think of
Glenn
his fucking
Danzig.
name? No,
Glenn
no, Top Gun.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa,
Yes,
whoa,
yes.
whoa. He would do that egotistical prick.
Yes, he would. He
totally
would
do
actually
that.
be a pretty good Tony
He
Stark.
would be a
like when
great Tony
at first
Stark.
I was like, wait, Tom. You know.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Does see those
second
creepy
thought.
ass teeth? Fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
He would be. I feel like
I'm
Downey.
okay with it, man.
I feel like Downey's ego would get the best of him and just be like, "No, I'm not letting Tom Cruise take this from me." You know.
Wait, who makes a cameo in Doctor
If
Strange?
he's talking about Iron Man.
In the new one?
In the new one.
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
Multiverse of
I mean,
Madness.
Multiverse
That'd be
Madness.
really easy.
Yeah.
That'd be really easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch the trailer though.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
Lightyear.
Speaking of
Lightyear trailer.
trailers,
Yeah.
Second Lightyear trailer.
I'm with it.
I
It looks
actually
good.
think I watched the second trailer and I was like, oh, I'm less excited now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're
still
they're
watch
kind
it,
of
but-
creating it so it's kind of its own thing,
Right.
So they're trying to separate it from Toy Story itself.
Completely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like a lot of people are like, why'd they use Chris Pratt? Why didn't they use Tim Allen?
No, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Sorry,
Evans.
Yeah,
Different
it's like,
Chris.
why did-
different
Chris.
Different
Yeah.
Marvel Chris.
You know, but it gets so confusing. But they were like, why aren't we using,
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen? And
Because
he's
no
like,
one
well,
likes Tim
'cause no
Allen.
one
Well,
likes
there's
Tim
that,
Allen
but
anymore.
the
they're
biggest
also like,
reason.
well, Tim Allen is a comic version of Buzz
Right.
Lightyear.
Yeah.
Right.
Buzz Lightyear's actually a badass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's not this little toy.
Because I mean,
you
that's
know?
the whole idea, right? Is that's
Yeah.
just the figures based on
On
this
the movie. Andy saw the
Yeah.
movie when he was a kid and
Yeah.
loved it so much. So
Yeah.
he's like, I don't like cowboys no more.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear's
Fuck
in the house, boy. And so I think it's a cool
Too many
premise.
Chris's.
I think it's a cool premise, and they even said because when Andy first gets Buzz Lightyear,
Yeah.
his story's on the back of Lightyear's box,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, okay, well that story is not this story. This story is a precursor to that story, so that
Right.
might end up being the sequel.
I think that story is more based on
Oh.
the like the animated show that they had for a while, the Buzz Lightyear show.
There was a Buzz Lightyear show?
Yeah,
Mm,
it was on
never
the
saw it.
I didn't know
Disney
anything
Channel.
about this.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a little animated thing where him and a bunch of other
What's the
Space
bad guy's name? Is
Rangers.
it Zorn?
Something like
Zurg.
Zurn,
Zurg.
Zurn, or
Zurg.
Zorn, yeah, something like that.
I don't
Can't
know.
be Zurg.
He still
Maybe
looks.
Zurg. I don't
He
know.
still looks goofy in this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
he
Look
does.
at that big ass chin, bro. Look at that chin. It don't quit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't have the curl on it anymore.
No, he's got a little booty hole.
He's got a booty hole. It's
Yeah.
It is Zurg? It really is
Zurg.
Zurg?
Zurg, man.
My head doesn't want to say that.
That's because
you know,
StarCraft.
Because StarCraft.
Yeah,
that's it.
right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Zurg means a different thing now. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how it performs. I think it'll do very, very well.
I think
I
it'll
absolutely
do
think it'll do well.
wonderfully.
Yeah, and it'll probably be a pretty good movie.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it looks like, but I
I
don't
like
know
his
this.
little robot cat companion in the trailer. That
That's
shit
kinda
was
cool.
funny.
I think it's just a
Yeah.
cool idea, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I like just seeing creative avenues, you know, and I think that this is just a smart play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Love, Death,
Death.
and Robots.
Yes.
We got a season 3.
Season
coming
3
up.
coming
I
out.
haven't
That's
watched
May
season
11th.
2. I really need. Oh, Zurg. Oh, okay.
Zurg.
Well, okay.
Yeah, don't like it.
Okay.
Yep. I reject. Yeah.
But yeah, Love, Death, and Robots season 3. It's gonna be awesome. You know?
Yes.
I gotta watch the second one. I've been meaning to for
I
a
gotta
while.
get caught up.
Dude.
I think I only got about halfway
Yeah.
through the first season.
I don't
and
know how
then
you
do
something
that,
else
man.
happened.
I don't know
Yeah.
how you do
Something
it.
else happened. Something else
Dude,
came up.
The second that shit went live, we
Yeah.
binged that whole thing in a night.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
wow,
I
yeah.
love Death and Robots so much. The first episode of season 2 is gonna crack you up.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool. But it's also, you know, just another phenomenal. Oh, I guess there are a multitude of studios, but just some phenomenal animation, man. I love seeing these
absolutely.
like new guys come up to bat and really show out, because I mean, once again, this forces Pixar's hand. This forces Disney. It's like y'all aren't the only ones doing animation these days, bro. And people
That's
are.
what it is. Okay.
What you got?
Well, this always reminds me of something that I don't think either of
Arcane?
you guys have seen. No. Neil Blomkamp released a feature-length collection of short films that he had been working on for years.
I have heard about this.
Yeah, it's called Oats Studios Volume 1.
Yeah.
Oats Studio. Oh yes, we loved Arcane. We actually did an
Arcane
episode
is
about it.
really
Yeah,
good,
we had an
yeah.
episode about that. Oh my god.
So good. But this Oats Studios thing is fucking amazing.
Where
but there's Amazon, I believe. I think that's where you can watch it. Yeah. But dude, this Oats Studios thing is
OAT?
it's it's like there's even a section where it's like if you took like District 9 and Alien and kind of slammed them together.
We never played it either.
Oh yeah.
we
None
don't
of us
play-
have played League of Legends.
but
Yeah,
we
we
love
just
Arcane.
loved
Yeah.
Arcane. That's
Yeah.
all. But dude, this Oats Studios thing, just
on
talking
Amazon
about other compilations, man. This
Yeah.
shit is so good,
Right,
and
I'm
it's
on
the
it.
full gamut, like a lot like Love, Death and Robots,
Right.
where some of them are just silly and weird, and then some of them are like very intense, and it goes
Yeah.
from like very strange 3D animation to full live action shit with Sigourney Weaver
Oh,
Yeah.
playing a badass.
Let's go. Let's
Dude,
go. I'm
it's
with it.
Hell yeah.
just check those out. Oats
Yeah.
Studios.
Dude, I mean, they had some really cool episodes of Love, Death, and Robots. Like
Yeah,
the one with
really.
the giant. You know what I'm saying? Remember the giant? Well, no, I'm sorry. That's season 2. That's
Okay,
season 2.
yeah,
So
yeah, I don't
season
remember that
1,
one. Yeah.
they had that one where like the
so-
people were like putting their brains into these giant
Totally.
beasts
Oh.
to
Yeah,
fight with them.
that was
yeah.
cool as hell.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
was
I didn't see
badass,
that one.
dude.
Didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
that shit was
The
gnarly.
one with the 3 robots running around the overgrown city or whatever.
Yeah, right.
yeah, that
Mhm.
one.
Yeah, dude, super good stuff.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
What
She
is this?
she sent the Tira that she made.
Oh, awesome.
Uh huh.
See this.
I want to see her in
Ooh,
action,
nice.
boy. I want to see her get
Nice.
depressed and
We'll
get
make it happen.
Oh, you killed it.
We'll make it happen.
Oh no, you crushed that.
Uh huh.
Heck yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just great.
GG's, man. I wish we could throw it up on the screen.
I
That's
know.
dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
Eventually.
Eventually,
I'll work that out.
All you have to do is sync your PC with your phone, and then any text messages you get, you'll be able to pull up.
I don't know if you can do that with the iPhone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course not.
that's the problem, man.
Yeah.
I'm in this little walled garden over here.
I was about to say I had to turn my
Like,
shit off. 'cause
I
every time
remember
open-
having this big argument about this situation with, because there's a guy I used to work for doing live sound and production and that kind of thing, and he was like, I fucking hate Apple products, they never work, and I'm like, they work just
They
fine
work, just not
with
with
each
anything-
other.
Yeah.
Like,
they,
they were-
they just never work with.
They just don't play nice with others.
Uh-huh.
But if you have all Apple shit,
They don't wanna-
it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
They
Yeah.
don't want
Smooth, baby.
Yeah, they don't want to touch PC. It'll make them dirty.
Yeah, that's right.
Peasants.
The
Get your hand
badly
off of my
burnt
tail.
Albanian boy.
You'll make it
My
dirty.
Oh, man,
Cried
I was
one
thinking about Jermaine
Dragon
earlier.
tear.
Is Jermaine in Lightyear? Because the one guy totally sounded like
Probably, man. He and YTC
Jermaine.
work together all of the time.
totally, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, being
after
from
what
that
we do
side
in
of the world, you know,
shadows
there's
and-
only so many people that are so big over
Right.
there. So
Yeah,
you know.
but those two just work really well
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
You know,
It's funny because you don't see Brett in
don't see
fucking
Brett,
anything.
yeah.
He was in Lord of the Rings,
Uh-huh.
and then and he was in there for like fucking 30 seconds, and that
Uh-huh.
was it. And then
Yeah.
he's in Flight of the Conchords, and I've never seen another thing with Brett in it.
I think
Yeah.
he does a lot of like music production.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Outside of that, like you see
Yeah.
Jermaine everywhere though.
Everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
What's that movie? where he's the writer,
Oh, I can't remember what
and
that's
then
called.
that, like somebody
I know what you're talking
like he
about.
steals the fan's script
Yeah.
to be his new book.
I
And
haven't
he-
seen it.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It
it's
is
really
good.
good.
Oh
I
my
just
God,
cannot
it's
so
remember.
good.
I haven't
Uh-huh.
thought about that movie in a while.
That one's good.
Yeah.
So this is crazy.
That's
This is
okay.
absolutely crazy.
Awesome.
Did you watch this
I
trailer?
watched it.
So that's not official.
No, that
Oh,
is
it's not?
fan made.
That is a
baby.
Oh,
fan-made
really?
mod.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Huh.
which it's
Yeah.
weird because it sounds like they got Reese Darby. That sounded just like
Yeah.
Reese Darby. So if either they found somebody that can really do a Reese Darby
Yeah,
accent,
uh-huh.
or they called him up and like, "Hey, you want to do some more?"
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it looks like Valve was on board. It looks like
It-
they're just
it
like,
kinda
okay,
does,
well,
right?
Well, you know, but they're always a fan of like, you know, OpenGL, right? It's like, hey, mod the shit. We already gave you
Dude.
the tool set, right? Go ahead, make whatever you want. Make it for the
I
community.
mean-
And they went all out. Like this
Yeah.
is a 5-hour long campaign
Mhm.
that you get to add on to Half-Life Alex,
And it's very much a side story, so
Uh-huh.
it doesn't exactly have to do with the main story in Alex, which, by the way, you still haven't beaten yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
thank
got-
you. Hey,
you
hey,
need to
whoa,
beat it.
whoa,
It-
whoa,
the
whoa,
ending.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
you don't
whoa,
understand.
Whoa, whoa. Thank you very much.
I'm pointing
That's
that
something that,
right
I should.
out to you.
Whoa. No, that was something that I meant to mention when we were talking about what we've been doing this past week.
Oh, yeah.
I started trying to play Alex again. Now I just started trying to play. So the first time I played, it was fine.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get past drawing on the windows. Okay, I was there for maybe like 3
These
hours.
markers.
These markers are too good, right? And I'm sitting there
I'm
just
gonna
like, why does
play
this-
with the antenna on the radio.
yeah,
I'm playing
right.
with
Well, I mean, that's one thing, man. But when you're able to actually like just draw different
It's-
shit,
yeah.
that's too much.
It works too well.
Yeah, you know. But after that, I've run
Yeah.
into a lot of freezing issues. You know, like so I don't know if something's going on with my GPU. I don't know if something's going on within Oculus itself. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had a lot of problems playing it lately. And
That
so I'm gonna try to crank
sucks.
back into it tonight because I really want to play that game like now more than ever. And
You'll love it, dude. You will love it.
if it would just work. You
I
know what I'm saying? I'm just
know.
like, fuck it. I start playing After the Fall instead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which
Oh, yeah.
is also crack. So, but yeah.
Which
don't
now
worry.
I understand because of the melty why we didn't
Oh,
play some
yeah.
After
Oh,
the Fall.
dude, yeah, because I was gonna do that while I waited for you.
Yeah.
and that was the worst idea.
That was the worst idea.
Yeah, man, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll just play a couple rounds of Melty. He was in sleepy anyway. He was just like, yeah, I'll just play a couple. And oh my god,
Hours
yes,
later.
yes,
That's what
dude.
Melty does to you, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like a 2.5 hour long stream, 3 hour
Yeah.
long stream off of that. Oh, I'm talking about it was a good time. God,
So
Melty's so
when,
good.
do we know when this is coming out?
It might be out,
It's-
dude.
I don't think it is. I think it's coming out towards the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
But check out the trailer.
But it is a fan-made mod on
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the Steamworks platform, so you just go on to the Half-Life Alex thing in the and then there's a Steamworks
said
tab
early
and you can
Q3.
get it. Okay. There's actually a whole bunch of really good mods for
Yes.
Alex.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit.
Yeah, like I said, Valve likes for you to fuck with their shit. They
Yeah.
don't care. You know? We already gave you the game. Just whatever else you want to make, by all means.
Yeah.
Keep us relevant.
I still I think the biggest thing that bothers me about Half-Life Alex, and this is stupid. It's stupid, but it's just one of those things that I'm going like,
Is that teleportation is assigned down?
oh, that's bad.
I hate
That's absolutely bad. No, this is just more of a meta problem, not an actual problem.
Right.
Is that she has a shotgun that is one-handed.
Yeah.
You tell me how that fucking works.
I
You
don't
tell me how a
understand.
shotgun with a barrel this long
well,
you
I
can
guess
hold in
if
one
you're
hand
like Arnold
and not
Schwarzenegger,
go.
Yeah.
if you're Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger,
I
if you give
know.
me that badass Terminator 2
Yeah.
one-handed reload
Oh, yeah.
animation,
Yeah,
But-
where
I'm
you
with
just
it.
flip it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, he also has a metal skeleton, so you know that helps
Yeah,
out a whole
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
for stabilization.
You got the gloves.
doesn't it?
You got the gloves.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
you do have the gloves.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
the gloves.
let's say it's technology there.
Right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still don't make no
I
goddamn
love
sense.
all that junk on the back of your hands. When
Uh-huh.
you get the gloves, you're
Like,
like,
these things
"Oh
are
my
cheap.
God."
I don't know if I want to put these on.
Yeah, I know.
Lose a finger. You know. Yeah. So
Well-
I mean, more Alex for those of you who are into VR.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Mhm.
So what's
Builder's Journey.
The Builder's
this is what I was talking
Journey.
about,
Uh-huh.
man. This is what I'm talking about.
Well, so this came out like a long time ago on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it, but I didn't realize it was like a story.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was an adventure.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fucking cool looking. And this is what we were talking about last week as far as that whole like Legos rendered in like a physical based renderer to where they just look exactly like Legos. And it seems like, you know, you got this little character guy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a dude with a backpack at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a hat.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you got to build the world to get him through the stuff, and it looks charming.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really, really cool. Kind of puts me in the mindset of Toad's Treasure Tracker a little
Kind
bit.
of.
you know
Man,
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that
Yeah.
game so much.
Somewhere between that and Fez.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
See Fez.
Like I just
Remember,
wanna see,
guys, we don't deserve Fez 2. Just
That's-
remember that. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, people didn't buy Fez. You know,
Is that why he said that we don't deserve it?
probably.
'Cause
I mean, he had a
I didn't
mental
make enough
breakdown.
money,
trying
so-
He had a mental breakdown trying to make that game, dude. He almost didn't finish it. Like he
yeah,
did. He
yeah.
became suicidal.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, dude. That
yeah.
game almost killed him, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's a hell of a sacrifice, man. Making games isn't easy.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Indie Game? Is that what it was called?
I did.
Indie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the documentary. Yeah, yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Especially all the stuff with Team Meat.
Oh God, please just give me a new Super Meat Boy.
I know.
Jesus.
Nah, man. Mugenics. Mugenics is the shit. Yeah. You see, you take a cat and you rub it on a cat, and then that cat gets all fat.
Gets real
And I'm
fat.
not too sure what's up with that,
Right.
but Mugenics.
And then we got the Stray coming out too.
Oh yeah,
right?
Stray.
Yeah, yeah, I'm hyped
that
for
looks
that.
cool. That's a
Yeah.
completely different direction, but
Yeah,
it looks-
totally,
it looks
totally.
cool.
I'm just
Yeah.
hey, supporting the kitties, man.
Kitties.
Kitty love.
Cat Boyardee.
Cat Boyardee, baby. Hey, I played with the D the other day. Well, that's a
Yeah.
weird thing to say. Yeah, like I went ahead and logged in as Cat Boyardee. I'm just like, bro, man, I miss you.
Yeah, right.
You know, yeah. I'm not gonna go through the entire game right now with
I
you.
still
but-
fucking love it that you had interacted with Lime a good handful of
Yeah.
times.
Oh yeah.
And she had
She had
no
no
fucking
idea.
clue that it
She
was
had no
you.
idea, man. I was like, dude, you are the kindest person ever.
Uh-huh.
You know? And at first,
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to tell her. And then I started feeling treacherous. I'm just like, you know, is this fucked up? Maybe it's fucked up. You know? But she was
I don't think
so
it's
kind.
fucked up, but it's definitely
Funny.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
funny.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
you are the real deal,
Yeah.
man. You know,
Yeah.
just didn't, a lot of people don't like Cat Boyardee, bro.
Really?
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because his name's Cat Boyardee, and they didn't come up with
What?
it. You know what I'm saying?
they're
They
jealous.
be, they be
Well,
hating
you
on him.
know what you got to do that.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do that. We're
Dude,
negating
I want that on a shirt, bro. Like,
Hell yeah.
hater
man.
blocker.
Hater blocker.
Yeah.
I see. It's actually, you know, I meant to say this. I wonder if they'll eventually bring that whole Ultraman, Shin Ultraman thing. Eventually, do like Kamen Rider and like all that.
I mean,
kinda,
they've
you know?
Maybe, man.
they've been working on a Kamen Rider thing.
Man, it'd be cool if Kamen Rider shows
That
up
would
in
be
Shin
great.
Ultraman.
Or they may have
you know?
already done. I don't know. I remember
There,
hearing
there was a
something
new,
about them.
there's a new
There's
Kamen
a
Rider
newer
series.
Kamen
Yeah, because I was
that's
watching
what
that.
it
It's
was.
just in Japanese. Like there's
Right.
no and
no subtitles.
but
or
god
anything.
damn it, is it funny as hell?
Oh, I
dude.
bet it is.
It is
Kamen
so
Rider's
funny.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I started watching that like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ghostbusters
So okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead. Let's go ahead and ask the question because
So-
we know what the question is.
Oh,
Go ahead and
are
ask
we
it.
gonna add an Oculus and the
And
controllers to his
controllers to my
tattoo?
tattoo?
Is that,
Well, no, that's a hard hitting question.
No.
No.
The
No,
answer
so
is no.
would this make you? Does this make you interested in?
I
VR?
already
Damn.
know the no.
So if,
No.
if
You know what
we
he
could
said to
all
that?
get together and bust Ghost in VR, you would not.
I
be
mean,
down
that
with
would be wonderful.
It's a
but-
4-player
right,
game.
Right.
Yeah.
But you guys got to understand, I'm starting from the bottom here, as far as like
Starting
costs.
from the bottom
No,
of the
yeah.
hill.
Started
It's
from
like,
the
no, you
bottom.
did
Now my
not
whole
start from the
crew-
bottom.
Yeah, you did
You were
not.
rich as a kid. I don't want to hear this shit. You're in Degrassi.
But,
Anyway.
no, I like. I would like to play this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would definitely like to play it, but to invest in what, like a PS5?
Quest?
Just a
Or,
Quest.
yeah, it's Quest 2.
Yeah, you just
I
get a
mean,
quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well,
you get
here's
to
the
be
thing.
a Ghostbuster.
I mean, that'd be that. Like I said, it's
And busting
awesome.
makes
I
me feel
definitely-
good. I don't know
Busting
about
makes
you.
me feel good.
Makes me feel great, you know. Like I'm very interested in seeing it and eventually getting my hands on it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if I want. Like, I
As
can't.
a co-op
look,
experience,
Look,
this
man,
is a dream come
look,
true.
how much is the Quest? How much is the
Like
Quest?
$200
It's
bucks.
like $200 bucks Plus, this game is like what? Like probably going to be like
20,
30.
both 20 or 30.
20 or
yeah,
30.
VR
Oh,
games are
really?
never
Yeah.
expensive.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
VR has almost set a precedent where 30 is standard price.
I don't know, man. I just can't
Yeah.
think of any other game that I.
I
would
mean,
want
but
on
if
the
you
Quest.
had the hardware,
Okay.
you would find these other
I mean,
games.
maybe.
It's just
Moss.
I also don't know.
Mhm. Oh,
I
did you hear
also,
about that?
I think
Yeah.
you would really enjoy
like
a lot of the
Moss.
puzzle
Moss is
games.
I
great.
do like Moss.
Dude,
there
I
have been-
really think you would love the puzzle
Yeah.
games. Like, for instance, the Room VR
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or Red Matter or what's the other one I'm thinking of? I Expect You to Die. Like, I
Yeah.
think you would really love those games where you're
Even
not
Lone
actually
Echo.
being physically active.
Yeah.
You're just kind of going like, huh.
Yeah.
Shooty
what do I do
fucking
with
fruity,
the-
boy.
yeah,
Shooty
shooty fruity.
fruity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scan, blast, blast.
It's a good
Yeah.
time. It's a good time. I do
One of
hate
these
this
days.
logo.
destroy the merchandise.
I do hate everything about this logo.
Yeah, they just
And
slapped
then-
Yeah.
that bitch together.
Yeah, they
and those
really did.
controllers look jank.
Yeah, for real. And why
What
is
kind
he
of
holding them that
bullshit
way?
is this?
And then but Moss
Is
has
that a Gear
seen
VR?
Moss has seen like record low sales.
Really?
And, mhm,
Moss 2?
Moss 2.
Mm.
As
I think it's bad timing,
It
dude.
is.
Yeah,
It is. They
like
should have
it's like
waited.
it's like what I was saying about the headset. I bet I'm not the only person that's thought the same thing, which is like, well, this is on the way out. I should go ahead and get rid of it
Uh-huh.
and then stash that cash for the next.
For the PSVR
yeah,
2.
because that's the way I see it. If I sold my whole PSVR 1 get up,
Mhm.
that would go somewhere, and then I'd have that chunk to spend on the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I think this is a really bad time for
Bad time.
PSVR,
Mhm.
and so it is
Not-
unfortunate.
But not for VR as a whole.
Well,
Right.
for PSVR
For
specifically.
PSVR, yes,
Yes.
yeah, because
Right.
this on the Quest is a fucking. I mean, yeah.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really
So-
cool,
great.
man.
Just from the Ghostbusters perspective, what do you think about what you saw, and do you have any
I like
thoughts
it.
on that?
The Nocturnal ones look a little weird.
They
But
look a
I guess
little weird.
they had to change it because of the way you have to hold the controllers, which I get.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, because holding it the way that they hold it
yeah,
is a
it's-
little
yeah.
yeah,
it,
it's
would, it
strange.
would
Like a
be a
fire
little
hose.
awkward.
Yeah, but they
It
made
would-
it more like a flamethrower
Yeah.
or
Right.
like a
Well, but you're a different
Gatling gun or
franchise of
Right,
Ghostbusters.
right.
You're
So,
the
I mean-
California based.
Yeah, yeah.
franchise.
yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Mhm.
They have a new
Ghostbusters
story and
lore.
everything.
I mean, it fits with the lore.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's Ghostbusters lore. Who gives
Yeah,
a shit?
'Cause I think you're still
do.
one of
I
Winston's.
mean, I do, but-
That's it.
yeah, I think you're still one of Winston's teams, but
Yeah.
you're based out of somewhere in California now.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so, I thought you'd be more excited about this. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I was
I mean,
hyped
I
for you.
definitely want to play
You
it,
know?
but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have VR.
Yeah.
But
I
you-
don't plan on
but you
getting
got
it
friends.
anytime
You
soon.
could.
But I
You
do
got
have friends
I
who
got
have
friends.
VR.
Uh huh.
So,
See,
I just come over here.
you know, I would
know?
love to play some multiplayer with Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Depending on the models for their ghosts, like hopefully they have some like pretty freaky
Mhm.
ghost models. You
Mhm.
know, they're not just super. scary.
It's a Trader Joe's.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
I was thinking it was the Winchester Mystery House. Like, I
Oh,
was thinking,
man.
go full on.
Not just a random
nutso.
Target.
Yeah.
It's out of the back of a Kroger. You know.
Oh man. Yep. Yeah, Bone Lab.
So I guess it's worth saying that there was a MetaQuest 2 event.
Mhm.
So we got a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
trailers from that MetaQuest 2 event. So a lot of these,
Which is funny because I found out about Resident Evil and I go, I don't give a fuck
Well,
about
that's how they
anything
closed
else.
the event. That's how they closed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
yeah.
I mean-
They released all these
Yeah.
trailers and it was very, very interesting. They showed some really cool things. Bone Lab being one of them.
Yeah.
But then they closed it, and it was the creepiest shit because Scrooge McZuck came out.
Oh, dude.
And then he was the one who was just like, well, we can't let you leave without showing you one more trailer. I can't wait to play it. And it's like, please don't talk to me.
And please blink.
And please blink.
Please.
Uh-huh. It's like, somebody, please put barbecue sauce on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs some lubrication. You know? And then they closed with RE4 Mercenaries. And
Yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
that's a strong way to do it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
this is a sequel to Boneworks.
Yes.
Okay.
Sequel.
Maybe.
It's
Say, I
in
mean-
Or
this.
just a
Yeah. I mean, a
continuation?
sequel's
another game.
hard to say.
Spiritual successor.
In the
That's- I
same
like that.
universe.
That works.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Spiritual successor.
But the story for Boneworks is odd. I'll just say that. That's the easiest way
I
to
still haven't put any time into it.
I like Boneworks once you
You
get
said
past
you hated
the
it, and that's why I didn't get it.
the beginning of it's fucking like weird, dude. But then once you actually get to the game portion, because they're fucking with you the whole time, dude. They're fucking with you, and they will change
that.
up things. And there was a lot of it where when I first started playing, I didn't I don't like it because, and this is probably going to be a lot the same. You have the physical body, you have your whole physical body, and every bit of it has collision. So
climbing,
and yeah, you
just
can
all
fuck
sorts of
yourself
shit.
up real easy, right?
Right.
And there's this one obstacle very early on that when you first start the game, I mean, they don't really explain to you what they want you to do. They're just like, get to the other side, and I just kept fucking it up.
Because there's so many people that say like this is their favorite VR experience ever. Tons of people say that, but because you told me that you hated it,
Yeah.
I never tried it.
Yeah.
and it's still like $20, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's just
You
like,
already have it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I'll give it a shot tonight.
Dude. If you can't get Alex to work, you should try this one out because there is a lot.
I don't know
good
why
with-
Alex is fucking up. It
that
used
makes
to work.
me sad, dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's something with my PC and it's fucking with me. But anyway,
You're getting PC'd.
yeah, I know, right? Don't never have PC problems.
That's a
Jesus Christ.
That's the biggest lie I've ever heard.
Yeah. What else?
But-
What else is up there?
Bone Lab
Yeah.
looks really good though.
It does look really,
You know,
really good.
stress level 0.
You got
Those
beat.
guys are cool.
And they kill it.
And this one's not. This isn't a Quest exclusive though, right?
They're touting a lot of these as Quest exclusives.
I
Now we'll see what actually happens
Yeah.
because it probably won't be.
I think
But
this
with
one
it being
this
part of
one's,
the
gonna be like a downgraded version for
Right.
Quest, and then
Mhm.
also
because they also had Most Book 2
Yeah.
that they displayed that's going to be coming out later on this year. There was another game, I think it's in our trailers. Flip on, what else do we
Yeah.
have?
we
Shadowrun.
got
Oh
Shadowrun
damn!
Trilogy.
Yeah, we should have grouped those VR games together. This is just awesome.
Yeah, which these 3 games have been out for a while.
Bruh.
There's the was it
Yeah, I thought we had talked
Shanghai,
about this
and then
at some point.
yeah, and these 3. Well, I think what we were talking,
We were talking about just
before,
Shadowrun, like the original, like the the Super Nintendo version, the Genesis version as well.
I think at one point we were talking about it because
no,
they
I was
were
about to say,
free.
'cause they had announced it. Like
Well-
they had announced this specifically. That's what I thought.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
Whatever.
that either.
What I remember,
It's in the
though.
past.
Yeah, I think you had a premonition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I specifically remember though is a number of months back, like 6 months ago or so, they put all 3 of them for free on the Epic Store, and so I think that's all that we were talking about. Is I was like, hey, these are free, go pick them up.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think we actually talked about it. But it's 3 whole games, and they're actually developed by different people.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing. So it's 3 completely different flavors of Shadowrun, but it still has the same feel as the old Genesis and
Super
Super
Nintendo.
Nintendo games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Get ready to get your ass killed. Dude,
Yeah.
those games are so difficult. Especially that SNES version. That thing is so hard. Dude, I'm just getting past the first gunfight.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a gun.
Not for a while.
Yeah. They
no.
just start bucking at you.
Yeah, and you
you're-
got to break into that building.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah,
yeah.
man. No,
yeah. I would love to play that again. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shadowrun, guys.
Shadowrun.
And Sonic
Sonic
Origins.
Origins.
Sonic
This
Origins.
has some mixed opinions
It
about it.
does.
So number 1, this is remasters of 1, 2, 3 Knuckles and CD. Right? And I don't think this applies for CD, but it does apply for the other 4. Which Knuckles is always like a weird one to lump in because is Knuckles really another game?
Yeah,
It's
but a lot
more
of people didn't
Yeah,
have
expansion,
Knuckles because
right.
it was an expansion.
Technically,
Right.
Knuckles is the end of 3.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's the extra couple of missions because it
Yeah,
was like
it's like-
5
yeah.
areas or
Yeah.
something after it. Right. But you could also do the Knuckles on 2.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
so this
stack
is
them cartridges.
And-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so jank
Yeah.
and cool at the same time.
Well, and
yeah.
you're
For
also
the
talking about
time, it was
we're
amazing.
also
Yeah.
throwing
It was just, I
Sega
can't
CD in that
believe-
mix.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Genesis all together when you had everything, you get the 32X, you get the
Uh-huh.
fucking the CD
CD,
thing,
uh-huh.
you get the 2 Sonics stacked on top of each other.
It's
Like
like,
what
what is
madness!
And why is it smoking?
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
That's not good. That's not good. One of the
But
cool
yeah.
things about it that I see is that they made them widescreen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
which
looks awesome.
in Sonic games, having that little bit of extra area on either side.
Oh,
means
it helps a
everything.
lot.
Oh
It
yeah,
means everything.
Yeah, it makes the platforming better. It
Yeah.
just does because they didn't change the core mechanics of anything. You're
Right.
still moving the same speed. You're just
can
able to
see
see
more.
so much more.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
You know,
actually avoid the spikes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people are getting a little salty because they're just like, okay, the pricing model for
What's can you?
it-
I can't make heads or tails of
it's
it. I was looking at it.
ridiculous.
I don't understand. They have DLC that one of them's
Yeah,
like
you were looking at
animations
it?
on
yes.
the.
Yeah, it's like
and
if
I
you
was
get
like-
if you get the full package, then you actually get animations added to like the intro scene.
Like
Yeah.
Added to, yeah, right. And it's like this goofy looking cartoon Sonic.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what
it
I'm
looks
saying?
like
But-
the intros from Sonic Mania.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what made me think, because when I was watching the trailer, I was just like,
Well, this looks
Sonic-
like Sonic Mania.
yeah, this looks exactly like Sonic Mania. What is this?
Yeah.
Did they just make Sonic Mania again?
No.
Yeah. And
No.
So there are like it's like 3 or 4 different tiered packages that you could
And
get.
it's so fucking
And
weird,
yeah,
dude.
and
I think
they-
there's 5 actually, because
there might be,
the last
yeah.
one is like one that they haven't announced yet. Like they haven't actually talked about the details yet.
Yeah, I've got a screen cap somewhere of all this shit because it's just fucking ridiculous.
Did you see what Devolver did?
What they did?
They made fun of them,
I mean,
and
I
they
hope
and they
they did.
released a similar style graph, right? But it's for Trek to Yomi, and they showed all
This
the
version gives you the game.
R-
This
it-
version
no, exactly.
gives you the
They,
game.
they had everything that you get, and every box was checked across every version of the game.
That's awesome.
The whole grid was just filled up. They're like, guess what? You buy it, you get it. That's it.
Yeah, so
Go
there,
to
yeah,
all.
there are 5 different bundles, ranging from $39.99 for standard, gives you the base game, digital deluxe. Wait, I'm sorry, that gives you the base game. The deluxe digital edition gives you hard versions, additional music, special visual features for $44.99, and then there's a mirror mode that gets unlocked with the next version, and 100 extra coins, which I'm just like, what? What is?
These sound like Kickstarter
Better
stretch
say-
goals.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds
yeah,
like.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand
Like,
why
if
you're
it
doing
wasn't
this.
for
Just give
this
everybody.
pricing like structure,
Oh,
this
people would
would
be all
be
over
really
it.
fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it'd be
but like
huge
knowing
news.
that, it's just like, ah, man, I've already bought these games so
And
many
it's
times.
It makes you
already.
not
Why,
even want to
Sega?
buy it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to
it's
just to
too
prove to
cumbersome.
them.
I've already
yeah.
bought these games. I have all of these games
Yeah.
somewhere on
But are they
multiple
widescreen?
systems. They're
And do
not.
they have new animations?
Right?
You know, like what? I don't. And especially for Sega, who generally they tend to be very, very user and consumer friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
whose idea this was.
Seems like they're-
Somebody's gonna get the
Seems
axe.
like
Yeah.
they're trying to dip their toes in some funky.
I guarantee
water.
this was an American that came up with this idea.
You see what you're missing
can
out on?
milk
It's
them.
more money. You know what I'm
Mo-
saying? More money, more money.
Oh, man.
It's like, God, dude.
But yeah,
Anyway, get this
okay.
shit off the screen. I'm
Get
mad.
out of here.
Okay, okay, I'm with that.
Bone Labs.
I
I
Again.
have it on
Welcome back,
twice.
welcome
Sorry. Oops.
okay.
I didn't know I did that. Yeah, so Red Matter 2.
Pudgers.
Oh.
You know?
Okay, so they added combat.
Yeah.
There's no combat in the first one.
Right,
First one's
it's all puzzle.
basically, it's
Yeah.
just point and click in, first person.
Yeah.
And Red Matter's amazing. Red Matter is such a good fucking game.
I've only played very,
Yeah.
very little of it.
Well, get your ass to Mars.
Get
That's what I
your
gotta
ass
say.
to Mars.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, but Red Matter 2, it just looks like more of it with combat sections, and it looks like they've kind of updated the controls.
It's a gorgeous game.
It's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
And it's so atmospheric, and it's basically like Ghosts in Space. That's an easy way to put what's going on.
Is
Yeah.
like
Weird.
Ghost of Mars.
Yeah, but this is like an old Soviet station that you're going through in the first one, at least, and I'm pretty sure they're still kind of doing that whole thing. It's kind of like this alternate universe where Russia took over space travel and colonized Mars. Yeah,
So
it's
as
very
far
cool.
as movement, is
Yeah.
it similar to like Lone Echo?
No, there's not an zero G
you're
in it.
still grounded
Mhm.
the whole time?
You're
Okay.
grounded, yeah,
Got it.
or at least in the first one. I don't know what's going on with this one. It looked
Right.
like there was a little bit of that zero
Right.
G going on, and you have your little grippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
super cool. You got these little graspy guys, and you
Oh,
can
nice.
pick stuff up. And
Yeah, I'm
Me.
gonna throw that on the list.
yeah, it's good. Red Matter. So
This is what?
this
What?
will
Say
make
it.
me probably play
This
Among
is
Us.
a great idea.
This is
This is
It looks
perfect.
neat.
Yeah.
I like how
You
you can
know.
like point at
Yeah.
people.
You know what I'm saying? No,
They
it's
were all
him.
going like, no, no,
You
no,
know,
no.
and it'll be so weird because okay, like Werewolves Within.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
playing lying games in VR is such a great experience. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just being
Yeah.
able to see these characters, and you're just like, I can't trust that motherfucker.
Well, I
You
like
know,
it
and
how
then
in
you
the
have to actually
trailer they
come up
kept
with your lives.
Dude, they kept having it
Uh-huh,
where
yeah.
they'd run into each other and just look.
Like look at each other
Yeah.
like,
And then, did you see the one where they went into the hallway and
And
there's
the dude
dead
backed
dude?
away
He
slowly.
just went. He was like-
Yeah, and this is actually coming out holiday season of this year.
Yeah.
And they actually announced today that the PSVR 2 version will be coming out whenever the PSVR 2 is released.
Okay. Yeah.
So once again, I think it's going to be 2023. I
ready
think
to
it's
go.
gonna be Q1.
Yeah.
But no, this is gonna be a lot of fun. This game is gonna take off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it
you
might
know?
be bigger than the original one as far as like.
Well, I don't think it'll be bigger, only because you can't reach that sheer number of people. That's impossible.
Yeah.
I guess you're right
but
on
this
that.
is-
Yeah.
Install base. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
you
Everybody's
are
got a
right about
phone,
that.
Everybody,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
But for VR,
Oh,
there are a
it's-
lot of
yeah.
Among Us fans that will want a VR headset just to do this thing, right?
That might be a headset seller.
That's
right there.
it is.
Mhm.
That's a system seller.
Yeah,
right there. That's
and-
what they look like.
I just got to say though, man, seeing that corpse with that bone,
With that bone sticking out of it. Oh yeah, and you're gonna be ejecting motherfuckers out into space and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
like,
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man, it's
Put
gonna
him
be
in the
so good.
airlock.
Oh yeah, you call that meeting and just listening to everybody yelling at one another and
Uh-huh.
pointing fingers at
it's
each
gonna be
other.
so good,
It's gonna
yeah.
be so great. Yeah, I'm here for it.
If I was playing Among Us VR, I think I would role play.
You might as well.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? I think I'd
yeah.
make a
Well.
silly voice. I think I would like,
All right.
like totally, you know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's gonna sell.
They captured the look of it perfectly.
Uh huh.
You know,
Yeah.
it's it's just great.
Yeah.
Great
It's
idea. Great.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Whoop.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
happy about
so
this. Yo.
so cotton.
Cotton.
You were talking about cotton a little
boy.
bit. Well,
This
now
is
we
why
got more
I've been
cotton.
replaying them all week because
Yeah.
I figured out about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super happy about this. This is a brand new game.
Yeah,
This isn't
yeah.
like a
This
re-release
is a
like
new
the past
Cotton.
ones have been. This is like brand new,
Mhm.
like from the arcades,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks absolutely great. If it's anything like any of the other games, man, it's gonna be fantastic.
I mean, this title's ridiculous. Superlative Night
Oh, they're
Dreams,
always
Cotton
ridiculous.
Fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're always
Yeah.
ridiculous.
See, I think
And
I've only
some
played
anime
Cotton
thighs.
1 and 2. I think those are the
Yeah.
only two I've played, and I played them in MAME, you know, so just
Oh,
the
okay.
arcade versions.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm used to it. But dude, Cotton's one of those series that was always like, oh yeah, this is amazing, and it's kind of, I guess Cotton might be the first cute 'em up. It really
I
might.
can't remember
anything
I'm
before that, right?
sure- I'm sure if we, depending on your definition, you could say something like, what was it, Fantasyland or something like that would probably work.
Okay, yeah,
You know?
yeah, but Cotton, dude, the first Cotton's pretty
Cotton,
old.
the first Cotton is, yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm
don't,
just
I don't think it
surprised.
came out in the 80s. I think it came out early 90s. I think so. But
I know it was on Dreamcast.
well, sure,
wasn't
but
it?
that's just
Yeah.
a port of the
That's a
arcade
port
game,
of the
and the
arcade,
arcade
yeah.
game was old as fuck, dude.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, I mean, more Cotton. You know?
I'm happy.
Mm.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I love
This-
I love
I've
these
never spent any
games.
time with it.
It's so good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of in the vein of like, it plays a little bit like, well, Death Smiles is
Yeah.
That's
immediately
what I've
one.
been thinking the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the easiest modern relation. But I was gonna say R-Type or
Yeah, side scroller.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it has
side-scroller.
more bullet hell
a
going
lot
on
of bullet
than
hell shit.
right.
And I know in 2 you can like catch enemies and throw them back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dope.
totally.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know.
So you got a
And-
grapple, like a
Oh.
grapple beam, or
You got a
No,
snatch.
it's
is
a
what
little
you-
it's a little like magic bubble that
Yeah.
spreads out like kind of in front of you.
Oh, that's
and,
dope.
Yeah, and you can like grab enemies and throw them while
Yeah.
you're shooting.
I'm
and
with
you
that.
have the magic. I mean, they're fun fucking games.
They
dude.
really are.
Yeah. And
Cotton's classic.
And this one may actually be translated, so I may actually get to figure out what the
Know
fuck's
what the
going
fuck's
on.
going
I'll
on.
let them know what the fuck's going on. The reboot of the first one is translated.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it is
okay. Yeah, because
translated,
I had
but
no idea
2,
what's happening. in the-
Panorama,
Uh-huh.
100%.
Man, I'm gonna have to look up the
Panorama
I'm really
is
gonna have to
really
look that one
good.
up, dude.
It is hard
Yeah.
as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Did
yeah.
You, did you guys ever play the Wonder Boy games?
Wonder
Yeah.
I really want to get that newer Wonder Boy game, man. Because I mean, I played the hell out of like the old ones. The
Mhm.
what Adventure Island, I guess they called
Yeah.
it here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that Adventure Island?
Is that yeah? Wonder
I thought that
Boy.
was-
Wonder
I thought
Boy
that
is
was
the
the-
eventual sequel to it.
I thought
Yeah.
Super Adventure Island was a different thing.
No, it's all the same series. They just had to change the name of it in America because shit's weird, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
they eventually took away that caveman that rides a skateboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's actually a real person.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the
I
whole
can't
problem.
remember-
That was the whole
Yeah.
issue. Is
I
that they
can't
were
remember
like,
what his name is, but
Yeah.
he's actually a like big sport. He was a big sports deal.
yeah,
like,
in Japan.
In Japan.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, you're right, and that's the reason
Yeah.
that they switched over to the Wonder Boy thing is because they were trying to get away from his, likeness
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Just side note. Cotton.
Happy.
I'm happy
Scott
about this.
happy.
This is what I need in my life.
Look
right
at the
here.
violence there.
Oh boy.
Okay,
That tells a story.
we've talked a little bit about Saints and Sinners
Yes.
Retribution because it was announced a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And
Well, we got this image. That's all.
that's all we got.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now there's actually a
Very short
gameplay
trailer. Very short,
Yeah,
but still,
but
it shows you enough.
It shows you that chainsaw.
It shows you cranking up a
Yeah,
chainsaw,
trying
man.
to crank it up while zombies are just bearing down on you, and it's not cranking. You have to keep cranking it over
Yeah.
and over and over. You know, like that's gonna be.
I wonder if they're
sick.
gonna make you pick up gas cans like in Doom.
Oh, that'd be funny.
You know?
Well, in this game, you probably have to actually pour the gas into the
Oh
thing.
God! You gotta set it down. You gotta pour the gas. You gotta
Uh-huh.
hit the primer. You
Yeah,
gotta fucking.
for real. You know, yeah, but it looks amazing, and they're adding more story content as well.
Yeah.
And so,
It'd be cool if it got caught in bone. You know
Or
what I
if
mean?
the chain comes off.
I mean,
yeah.
it-
Oh, dude. Yeah.
well, that would suck.
Well,
But I mean,
yeah,
I do
everything-
But it
think
would make
chain.
sense to have a durability on it. Everything
Right.
else has a durability.
exactly,
You
and
know?
then it probably will get caught on bone. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of Walking Dead Saints and Sinners thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah,
you know, you stab
You
a
get-
zombie in the
and
head,
then you're like,
you gotta rip the knife
yeah,
out. you
that's
know?
so satisfying when
It
you
is
grab
so
the
good.
skull and then you pull the knife back
Uh-huh.
out. Or you know when you're
I
in
like
too
just
much of a hurry.
holding one zombie at bay.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
What I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
handling
that's a
zombie.
shield.
Yeah, just right. Use it
Yeah.
as a shield, or just hold it back and then okay.
Bad.
motherfucker,
Or you have
God.
those situations where you got two knives and you're stabbing, and then there's too many of them, and so you just leave it in somebody, and you're like,
Uh-huh.
I'll get you in a second.
Second,
Bam, 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 bam.
Come back for that knife. You know, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
man.
good. Some more Saints and Sinners. I'm still waiting for
Yeah.
multiplayer.
So I guess this is kind of the strange thing to me is like, so this is more based on Saints and Sinners is more based on the comic on the
Yes.
right.
Yes.
But does it actually follow that at all?
No.
So it's just
It's
based
still
on
its
it,
own
and then it's
story.
still a side story.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, The Walking Dead is really more of a universe. Than
It's
anything
just-
else.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So Rick
Mhm.
Grimes' story is just. I mean, that's just what was going on with him.
He's just a
but
dude
there's
that's
shit
dealing
tons
with
of
it.
everyone
Yeah.
else is dealing with it too.
Mhm.
You know, and so
I guess it's kind of like the what's it called world, the Romero zombie world,
Right.
where
Yeah.
these are just all facets of things happening to different people
Right,
during this
but
shitty
everything's
situation.
awful.
Yeah, but everything's
no matter
fucking
where you
awful.
are, it's awful. So
Yeah.
know that.
Which brand of awful do you want?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
That one.
Man.
The one where I have the chainsaw.
The chainsaw is really great in VFR, Doom VFR.
Yeah, it is. It is really good.
So I mean,
This one
and that
is
was a
gonna-
cheesy chainsaw.
This one's gonna
you
be
know?
gritty.
This this one's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
You're gonna see some chunks, boy.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with it.
Excited. We still don't have a date on this though.
No.
Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully, real soon.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll
Not
shadow
soon
drop
enough.
it on us.
Yeah. Oh, what? Right.
Yeah.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what happened with Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, this is out.
This is out. You know, it's like, wait, what? You know, that was a good day, man.
I still want to play the other one.
I do as well. Just
Mhm.
mostly to support. What's the name of the studio? They're the same guys.
That's
who
not
did-
Shell Games.
No, it's not Shell.
It's
God, they were amazing for a while. They did not Blood Wake. What was the name of the boat game? Remember that one? Dude, they did fucking Electronauts.
why can't we think of the name? of
God
this
damn
fucking
it. They're one of my favorite. Well, they used to be one of my
Yeah,
favorite
they
VR
were killing it
studios.
for a little bit there.
Um,
We had a lot of fun on them boats.
automatic. Yeah, dude. I see.
Automatic. I forgot about
Automatic.
that too. That's good.
Um,
Well, anyway, while you look it up,
yeah, for real. Because I'm killing
this
me.
is another headset seller
Mm-hmm.
right here.
No, this is.
This is a big deal.
Okay, that's one way to describe it. Servios.
Servios.
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ, they're a master class.
Mm-hmm.
This is the next necessary step for virtual reality.
Yeah.
This is how you reach the everyman.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, like
Yeah.
we've talked about it several times. You know, it's football, soccer, Call of Duty. If you can nail those, then you can get people to buy headsets.
How would you
So-
do soccer?
You strap them to your feet.
I mean,
No,
well,
no, that's a bad idea.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
just
well,
saying.
the truth is that's what Nintendo's doing with Wii Sports.
Well, sure, but you still
You
want to be
know?
able to move. I mean,
Exactly.
to be honest, the way you do soccer is you don't do it on a platform that only has controllers. You
Right.
do
Right.
it on something that has like other trackers or body tracking or something like that. That's the way you'd have to do it.
But I guess all that to say, sports.
Sports,
you've
though.
got
Yeah.
to, you've got to reach sports.
Sports.
And
You talking about Huey Lewis in the News?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't just have, golf is always a good introductory point for any platform.
Yeah.
Football, if you can master football, because I've always thought about like virtual reality, like actually having two teams where everybody is a live player. Where everybody, you have to do your part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're just a center, you got to hike that motherfucker and then hold him away from your quarterback, right? Like, if you can master that, then next thing you know, everybody wants a VR headset. Everybody wants one. And so this is very important. It's a very important first step.
I could be that
and
Peyton
the fact
Manning.
that the NFL is backing it.
Yeah, because this is
that
official
means,
shit.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
that
a
means
big deal.
Budget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That means it's going to be optimized. It's going to look as good as it can.
And it looks
it's gonna,
hot, man.
It does.
You know
it
what I'm
actually
saying?
looks
Like,
cool. I don't give a
you're
shit
only-
about football, and I was still going, whoa, that's rad.
I would try it.
You having the plays that you can actively change.
Yeah,
on
and
your,
just scroll
dude.
through. You're calling them because you play as a quarterback.
Yeah, of
we're not
course.
at a point where
Of
you're
course.
actually fully the
Yeah.
field is all live
Right.
players. So you're the quarterback right now, but it's an important first step.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to where they should start. They should start with NFL hits. They should make like an NFL hit style
Man,
VR game.
dude.
Like, make like 5 or 6v6 or whatever, however you want to do it, and then make it extreme. You know what I'm saying? Don't go for the sim aspect.
Well, it's like
yet.
what was the NBA one? Was it Street?
NBA Street.
Street was
Yeah,
dope.
the
I
NBA
loved
Jam, of course.
I
but
loved
NBA
Blitz.
Street. Oh, NFL Blitz is
Blitz.
shit.
Blitz is like the only football game other than like.
Well, Hits was the soccer.
Hits is hockey.
Hits
Hits is
was
hockey.
amazing.
Yeah.
Blitz was amazing. All those games are great. It'd be
Man,
really good to see.
that'd be really cool. How would you do skating in VR? Ooh,
That
like
would be
what if you had a
weird.
variable control of how fast you're going, like that kind of thing? Like,
I think you could make
yeah.
it work. I think you could really make that work.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, soccer would be a little bit more challenging.
Yeah,
but,
soccer would. Yeah.
But all these things have to be tackled if we're gonna bring
Tackled?
VR.
Pun intended.
Right? I mean, I'm telling you, it has to happen if we're gonna make virtual reality a household name. So this is awesome to see happen, and we'll see exactly how it turns out. Hopefully, EA doesn't all of a sudden get a wild hair and be like, okay, we're gonna make Madden and give you the same game for the next 15 years. So
yeah.
we'll see how the whole thing goes, but I'm excited.
But no, you're right. People are going to get too hype and break shit. That's generally what happens
But
with
that's on
people that don't have the
Proper space or setup.
and they're not used to playing
Spatial
VR. They
awareness.
just get too hyped, man.
Yeah.
I got punched in the face with a friend of mine because I let him play Super Hot, and he started going, "Get fucked, get fucked." And he
Dude,
just,
I went to a VR arcade in Atlanta one time, and there's this guy that comes in. They told me that he comes in every day, and he came in to play Super Hot. And this dude, like, by the time we were over there playing Beat Saber and talking to the people who own it, because I was thinking about a similar concept.
Oh yeah,
And this dude's like on the ground, like doing rolls and shit. I'm like, God damn, he's getting into it.
You can
You
do all
know?
that. Was he
Yeah.
playing Onward?
No, he was playing fucking Super Hot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like,
That's
he was
unnecessary in
Yeah,
Super
I'm
Hot.
like, bro, all
Dude,
the
I don't
extra
play it
movement
like that.
is moving the enemies.
Nah, man.
So he's probably not aware
That's a bad
of the fact
idea.
that you are
Yeah.
actively making them come at you faster
No.
by moving. Like the way Super Hot
I
works
play it
is
like
if you,
Tai Chi. That's
Yeah,
the way that's the way I play it.
exactly.
Real
Yes, sir.
slow, and you catch that shit, and then you. and then you
Nah, this dude was
Toss that
active,
over.
sir. He was active. I was like, man, you're living your best life,
Yeah.
man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and so it's really impressive. People they lose their shit with VR.
Well, man, one of the things that I continuously do, because I mean, I have enough space where I can move around a good bit.
Yeah.
I've cleared
You
an
got
entire
pulley
area.
system and
Yeah,
all that shit.
yeah. Well, I mean, now that I'm using the Quest, I don't have to do any of that.
Facts.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't mind the degradation in quality. It's very minimal for doing the PC
This is
stuff.
after the fall.
Doing the wireless, huh?
After the fall, it's a huge hit.
What do you mean?
After the fall, the PC version is.
I'm still playing the
vastly-
PC version.
Oh, okay.
I'm
so
just
you're still able to
connecting.
use AirLink? Is
Yeah,
that what you-
yeah,
okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
bet, bet.
no, because
Okay.
you're completely right. Rendered
Yeah.
on the Quest itself, it does look like ass.
Yeah,
compared.
yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, but the thing that I always have that's a VR accident is punching the fucking ceiling.
Oh, wow.
That's the
Really?
thing that I could do.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to climb a ladder and they'll be like, God damn it. Okay,
I guess due to the fact that I've always had like eye problems, I've had my corneas, both of them scratched before. I used to always play games when I was a kid. Like I'd look at the room, then turn the lights off and navigate the room.
Oh, yeah.
I've been blinded and having to work that way. I'm really good with the headset on. I'm
Yeah,
really good at
yeah,
like
totally.
spatial awareness.
Understanding that
now,
you're here here and you're here.
And
at
you're
the
here,
same
right?
time.
I'm
Yeah.
really good at that. And now there have been situations, and I think with Saints and Sinners, where one time, there's a table, and I tried to lean on it.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
There's nothing there. I was RPing too hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but for the most part, I really don't have those issues. But I also make sure that any drinks that I have are
Nowhere near
well
that
out
shit.
of the way.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
that's right.
sir.
Man,
Because
they-
I've been there before.
They added a feature to Quest 2 that I've really wanted to show both of you guys, and I just haven't. But it's a... Fuck, I forgot. Space Sense, I think that's what they call it. So if someone steps into your play area, it'll outline them, and it'll render it over the top of what's going on.
That's good.
Neat.
Yeah, so
That's smart.
so I can see the dog walk past me and make sure that I don't trip over, or, whatever's going on. I have to turn that on if Iana's over, because she will straight up just walk right up to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can get punched.
Right. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, baby, I don't want to hit you. Please
For
don't be
real.
near me.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Vomits.
Yeah.
I mean, you think so, but maybe not.
Well, I mean, with PSVR 2, it'd be
Yeah.
good. It'd be super
Just
good.
depends.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, maybe with phone VR you'll vomit, but
yeah.
speaking of more, so Espire 2. I still think this one's funny.
That is
Because
funny.
the first game's called Espire
Espire
1.
1.
And it's because you are this unit called Espire 1. Like, it's like this, I mean, you're like
And now there's two of you.
There's two,
So
right?
it's Espire 2.
and it's-
Actually,
it's
the
multiplayer now.
Well, the
Yeah.
multiplayer, there's a separate multiplayer mode.
Which makes
so,
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's a separate storyline that two people can go through.
Okay.
The initial game is still going to be made in the vein of Espire 1. where
Well,
it's just
Espire
you.
1 is like Australian Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell a bit, but mostly Metal Gear.
Yeah,
really, the
espionage
only reason that I say Splinter Cell
stealth.
is because you can, like hand over hand and
Right.
do all that.
And do the
Yeah,
splits.
and do
They're just so unnecessary, but it was so cool at the time.
I'm fucking Van Damme. Yeah, I don't know. I loved Espire 1.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I'm rarely in the mood for stealth games.
Oh, yeah?
Because they just take too damn long.
Okay,
And
yeah.
but that being stated, I'd rather play the Persistence. But that being stated, being able to play co-op, I'd do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely do
Man, coordinate your takedowns
Yeah,
and
boy,
everything.
that'd be hot.
Ooh.
Yeah. that. Yeah, y'all be seeing it. We'll be streaming it.
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah.
Ruins
Ruins Magus.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be our first major single-player JRPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VR
So,
still.
VR, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. So this is still part of the Meta Quest show.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine like Zenith, but a single-player
Mhm.
RPG experience, JRPG, which is really cool.
And
you
it's
know?
a little bit more Toriyama looking.
Yeah,
It's a it's
Mhm.
charming.
yeah. So it looks really cute.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and I mean, but it's just nice seeing developers just covering all those necessary bases, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, 'cause
totally.
there's some people that a JRPG is what they've been waiting for this entire time.
Right.
Zenith could have been that thing, but it's still an MMO, and that makes it kind of a little fucky.
It's a
'cause-
different thing.
Well, yeah, and then there's
It's
a lot that you
different thing.
can't
You
do.
expect different things from MMOs than you would. in
Well, and some
JRPG
people don't want to be
models.
social.
Right.
Yeah.
You
right.
know, like that's really a big right. Yeah, seriously, a lot of people. I love it, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to talk to anybody, and then you get to a point where the shit dies off,
Yeah.
and maybe there's nobody on your server, and so
Right.
you can't complete certain objectives. And so this is going to be single player, and it's you and probably a whole bunch of waifus, if I had to guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
know?
there is a cat girl, so
Absolutely, that's a win. It's a win.
This
It's
already wins.
Magus, Magus.
Magus.
Well, I
Magus.
mean, some people say Magus, but
Yeah,
tomato,
I
potato,
didn't know
french
how
fries.
to pronounce Ancient Magus Bride either. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't trip up over that shit. Dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
It depends on are you in Westeros? Or you? I mean, where
Right.
where are we?
Where are
we?
You know,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those things change. I'm from Alabama, bro.
That's a Meister.
You know.
I always thought that was weird. I was like, isn't it
Magus.
Meister?
Yeah,
It's
Magoose. It's a
Magus.
Magoose. That's what it
Magoose.
is. It's a
Magus.
Ruins Magoose.
Ruins Magoose.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like I'm from a place where they say Weensdy. You know. so-
Wednesday.
I don't trip about it. Well, some pronunciation, but I don't care about that. Wings.
Emphasis on
Straight down the street, bro.
Straight.
Straight down the
That's a good
street.
one.
I'm like, what, man?
Finta. I'm finna,
Finna.
do it.
I'm
Speaking of
finna.
streets,
Finna do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Cities
good shit.
VR. man.
Okay, so Cities VR, it's basically VR SimCity.
Yeah.
Except you get to do street view and walk around your city.
Which
Cool.
is really, really awesome.
fucking
you know,
great.
That
Yeah.
has to be, I mean, that experience. Because I've
I
always
think Roller
loved
Coaster
City
Tycoon would be better.
I mean, it would be, but that's going to be a thing too. So I
Right.
mean, whatever.
Mhm.
What do
But
you
I'm a big fan of SimCity.
Yeah.
SimCity taught me a lot about how like cities and commercial districts and
Oh, yeah.
residential districts really kind of work together. You know, to create what actually becomes a thriving, breathing city.
What's that called?
And-
What's that job called where you build
city
it's-
planning?
City
No,
planner?
it's not city planner. It's something else. It's not social engineer.
No,
That's
it's not.
the
That's
right-
a different
it's,
thing.
It's
It's a very different thing. Well, while you figure that out, so I mean, it's really kind of cool to be able to build a city, watch it grow, and then if you want, take a drive around that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like
totally.
that's really cool. You know, you're driving around, be like, "Ooh, that power company's in a bad place." Like, oh my
Yeah,
god, that
oh,
thing's
yeah.
spilling nuclear waste all over the place.
Why
You
the
gotta-
fuck did I make a roundabout?
Exactly, for real, with no traffic lights. You know.
God.
You know, you're sitting there watching because I imagine, you know, all of their videos they always show things flowing smoothly. But what happens when it doesn't?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
because that was always my favorite thing about SimCity is building this beautiful. I've made so many of them with SimCity 2000, man, my God. But making this beautiful, thriving city, and then once you do, destroy it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can bring about like natural
Yeah.
disasters,
Which I'm wondering,
earthquakes,
are they gonna do
tornadoes.
all that in this?
They,
About
they
to say,
have
wasn't-
to.
They have
wasn't
to.
Like
They have
a,
to.
Wasn't like a kaiju one of
Yeah.
them?
Yes,
Totally.
Kaiju was one of them, and the
Uh-huh.
Super NES version it was actually Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can have Bowser come through and destroy your
That's
town.
so awesome.
Like it's just a lot of fun, and so I'm with this. This might be a really big deal for some people.
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
And so I'll play it.
New or
Why? Why are we
Front
doing
mission,
this? Why are we?
yeah,
Why is this
like-
happening?
I mean, it's not a problem, right?
It's not. And I guess I'm happy
Like-
seeing mechs come back.
Right? I
Yeah.
like
You
mechs.
know, because I mean,
yeah.
Mech Warrior's been coming
Right.
back lately. There's a new Mech Warrior.
But I just want to
mercenaries.
drive them. I don't
And
want to.
so,
I mean,
yeah.
like I've always thought Front Mission was okay.
Right. Same here.
You know what I mean? Not bad, but just not quite my flavor.
Yeah, I'll play Armored Core if I want to play.
Right, Armored Core's better.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, come on, From
Yeah.
bring that core back.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
It would be huge,
Mm.
man. Especially after now that everybody knows who From Software is.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be really, really big.
Yeah, but Front Mission to me always felt like it was bogged down by the story.
Yeah,
You know, there was so much
which
exposition
meant pacing.
in bad pacing, and they got way too in the weeds about the lore, like just the universe itself. They have to. It's one of those games that throws terms at you, like
Uh-huh.
oh, here,
Yeah.
we came up with a new word for everything.
Yeah.
Those aren't called shoes anymore.
Well,
They're
the-
called something
like
fucking
Final
weird.
Fantasy 12, like
Yeah.
the Pulse of C, the
Like,
Full C. The, I'm like, oh my
God.
god, why
Well,
are you doing this?
that's
to me?
13.
That's 13.
That's 13. Yeah,
That is
yeah.
God,
yeah.
13 broke my brain at the beginning of it. I'm like, I don't know what
Did
they're
you ever
talking
play
about
13
anymore.
too?
No.
Yes.
That game
Lightning
was
Returns?
rough, man.
It's
Really?
wild.
That was tough because you have to like go through time and
I
shit.
liked it.
Oh.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the fuck
I
out of
enjoyed
it.
it, but it was one of
Yeah.
those games that I stopped playing and then I went
Yeah.
back to.
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
there
no,
was
no.
no
You
way.
can't
I
do
was
it,
like,
yeah.
dude,
Stop playing that
right?
game.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely not.
confusing,
Yeah.
dude.
You know what I love though is 10-2.
10-2? 10-2's good.
10-2's good.
10-2's good.
so good.
That intro is something special.
So is
I
this
know.
a remake? You said you were
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah, it's a remake of 4, Front Mission 4.
Okay.
But they're not calling it Front Mission 4.
Nah,
they're calling
man.
it this dumb
2089 Borderscape.
shit. Okay.
I mean, whatever, man. Maybe for y'all Front Mission fans, good for
Yeah.
you. Let us know how it is.
Yeah.
Type it in the comments.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yep, Front Mission.
We got to see a man about a pig.
Oh no.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
finally all the news. We're
Dude.
done.
Hey, there's a
And
lot
we
to
can
talk
get to
about
the
this week, man.
topic.
So
And we
much
wanted to
madness.
make you sad before we moved on.
Yeah, every time, man.
So let's get into it and talk about pee.
Hold on, man. Let's do we gotta look at half of K Slave's face this whole time?
Oh.
Yeah, let's not do that. It's just depressing. Yeah, let's see some animatics. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
there we
Thank you.
go.
So much better.
There you go.
Preach.
So, Pig.
Okay.
Nick fucking
Nick
Cage.
fucking Cage.
That's
Yeah.
what this is.
Nick
okay?
fucking Cage. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nick
god.
Cage in the woods.
Oh.
With a pig.
Well, there was way more than that, sir.
I know.
Oh.
Way more than that. Okay, firstly, I'm gonna ask Scoot, how do you feel about this movie?
Whoa.
Hot take.
Whoa.
That's a hot take.
It's
This
alright.
movie's a goddamn masterpiece.
It's a fucking
it's a fucking
It's very
masterpiece.
well
masterpiece.
made.
Dude, this
Very well
movie
made.
made me tear up.
I
dude.
can tell. Earlier when I said like pig and you said pig and I was just like, no, it can't be. I was like, there's no way.
I just look. It's very well made. It's very well acted. I think it's a good movie. Do I think people need to rush out and see it?
Fuck yes.
Yes.
No, I don't.
What?
My
What's your
God.
complaint?
I struggle to remember anything that actually happened for the most part. Like it's just nothing.
I could
I didn't
recite you
connect
this
with
movie.
Uh-huh,
Like
absolutely.
it is.
I
you
didn't. I didn't connect with anything.
Whoa.
I didn't like. And Nick Cage
Even-
does such a good job, but his character, I'm like, this could have been played by anybody.
False.
You know,
Huh?
like
What?
yeah.
What do you- what do you
Did
mean,
watch the-
man?
Did you watch the right movie? Are you sure? you
Yeah,
watched it?
he
Wait.
watched Police Academy,
That's
didn't he?
what it was.
That's it.
It was Police
That's
Academy
right.
1.
He did it.
That's the problem. I was wondering, man. Like you.
That's just not my
Fucked
thing,
up.
man.
Wow.
No,
I don't
man.
even understand.
I
this
truly
movie was
believe-
beautiful.
This might
oh
be
my God.
Nick Cage's best performance.
Like
It's definitely up there with like. I mean, it was so emotional, and then this movie just subverts your expectations at every
it does
turn.
it every time.
Every turn,
Every time
because
you think it's going
you're like-
one way, something
You
completely
keep
fucking
waiting
different
for it to
happens.
go to Taken.
That's
Yeah.
You keep
Dude.
waiting for it. Okay, so wait, what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna? Oh, see, he'd be furious. with
That's
these kids.
right.
I can't believe this dude right now.
I'm
Like, for
sorry.
real,
I
I
don't even
can't.
understand.
If I could
Sorry.
turn away from him, I would.
Hey man,
This is
I
as far as I
gotta.
can
Want to
get.
come over to this side, man?
gotta-
Yeah, I kind of actually.
Start
You're
Hold
gonna
on.
you're gonna abandon me.
You know,
You abandoned me.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm on your side. I don't want to be. I don't want to be guilty by association.
I'm gonna draw a diagonal
I
line.
don't want to be. I
I'm
don't want to
drawing
be on
a
your side
diagonal
no more,
line
man.
across the room.
Hold
Okay.
on, for real. Let me get a
Put a
barrier.
border up.
Here
you go, man.
He's got like a jacket. There we go.
Here you
Appreciate
go.
that. Look at-
That's it.
There
we got.
much better. This is nice.
No.
No. Ray,
I don't hear
come back.
the wind is really loud in here. Can we close this door? Nah, man. I just don't. I don't
Man.
see how you can feel that way.
I don't
Look,
at all,
I didn't
man.
want to. Initially, I didn't want to watch this movie. I'm weird about pigs in general because usually,
Really?
if there's pig in the title, it's gonna be. Usually like a splatterfest. It's just
Oh,
gonna be
totally.
Gore. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You never really
You
know.
think
And then
you
I
think
can't
of
help.
the second level from
Yeah.
Rush of Blood,
Rush of Blood a little
right?
bit. I think of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
more so. I think about
Saw.
Okay, Saw. They do that
Saw.
too. No, I think about Black Mirror.
Okay, totally.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 1,
Mhm.
and it's just like I'm just like, oh, fucking pigs. I can't get past that shit because it scarred me.
Do you know anybody that like had a pig as a pet?
Yeah. Totally. Mm-hmm.
Pigs
yeah,
are sweet.
a girl that lived down the
Pigs are
street from
nice
me had one.
animals.
I love that thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, super cute.
Super cool.
Super cool. And this pig was the cutest pig ever.
It is a cute. Pig.
That's a cute pig, man. He's got those little tufts coming off his cheeks.
Yeah,
he was
man.
so cute.
Yeah.
She was so cute.
Uh-huh.
But when I started watching it, and it was Thursday night, I'm watching this movie. I'm just like, it's not long. It's only
First
90 something minutes.
That's what I was gonna
about
say.
to
So that's
it
a
is-
plus,
It is
right?
one of the shorter films.
Right,
that
but
we
this
watch.
was, I had a rough day at work, so I was ready to kill things. That's
Yeah.
just how I
Yeah.
felt at the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw this movie on, and
And play VR.
I think it was maybe about maybe 30 minutes into it, 30 or 45 minutes, when it dawned on me that I loved this movie.
See,
I was
okay.
like, I love
Right.
this film because it's like every time I think like, oh, here it comes,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't.
Well-
they have a conversation.
Like man,
You know?
I tend to like for instance, I'm working on Eddard right now, and I tend
Are
to
we just gonna jump into spoiler cast?
yeah, in just a second.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we might as well. Yeah,
Right.
But like usually I'll work on something while I watch a movie. Like I'll
Right.
sit there and draw or play guitar or do something like that. I
Right.
can always tell that the movie's got me when I forgot I was doing something else and
Right.
then just staring at the screen going like,
Right.
oh man. And it really quickly happened on this movie for me.
Yes.
Like yeah, about pretty much when the pig gets snatched.
Right.
Because you think it's going to be taken.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're saying.
Mhm.
So
It's like Taken, John Wick, like here comes the revenge.
we might as well
thriller.
go
have a
with
very
what had
specific
happened,
set of
right?
skills.
Right, and
I'm
I mean,
Nick
and
Cage.
right, and then seriously, man, and with that script, the script constantly misleads you, constantly the whole time, and I mean all the way up to the very, very end when the credits rolled. I wasn't
No,
ready.
it's definitely not called ADHD because I was staring at one thing for the next hour.
Yeah, no, man, no. It's like at the very end of the movie when he takes the gloves off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the gloves are coming off. Here we go. Then the credits, and I was just like, like it broke me, man.
No, the part
It
that
hurt.
messed me up is let's just
Go
talk
into
about
it.
We
what
have
happens.
to
We gotta
go
talk
into
about what
spoilers.
Go into
So
Okay,
spoilers.
so
yeah,
his pig is a truffle pig.
yes.
Okay.
So he's a truffle farmer.
He lives in the fucking
by
woods
the
in
name
Oregon.
Of Robin Feld.
Robin Feld, yeah.
Yes.
And
Everybody just calls him Rob.
yeah,
Everybody
and,
calls him
and,
Rob.
and
Nobody knows who he actually is.
you don't
Yeah.
really know what's going on with this guy. He's just a weird old guy in the woods, and
Amir
yeah,
comes to buy truffles off of him.
snarky little rich kid comes up,
Yeah.
Alex Wolff.
who's obviously connected in the high end food world because he's purchasing these.
And he's just like he's just
He's such a shitty little bastard.
yeah,
and I
wet
really
behind the
disliked
ears
him
and he's just-
immediately. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
oh
right.
fuck this guy.
He
And
plays
then,
that role.
but again, as the movie went on,
He does
That's
get
because
very
really like
he
it.
learns.
Yeah.
He learns.
He
He learns who
becomes-
this guy
yeah.
is. He was like,
Yeah.
he had no idea that he's in the presence of royalty.
right,
You
right.
know? Yeah.
So
So Amir buys truffles from
truffles
Nick Cage.
and brings him supplies because Nick Cage doesn't go out into the world at all.
Yeah.
And one day they're it's nighttime. Pig starts freaking out, and he's like, "What's going on, girl?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just it's not a problem. It's just coyotes or what the hell ever."
Yeah.
Right.
And then it turns out that it's two meth heads
Uh-huh.
that
That
break in,
And they hit him over the head with a pipe.
Yeah. Fuck him up, and then take his pig.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Violently.
Violently
You
take
know,
his
like
pig.
put the pig in a bag and drag that pig away.
Yeah.
Like filming that scene.
Dude.
I'm like, bro, because they had to put that pig in a bag. You know?
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That was a real pig in a real bag. That's what that was.
pig was freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So-
And then he goes to find his fucking pig.
Yeah.
And the first thing that he does is he goes and talks to local truffle farmers.
Here's the thing that I love the most. When she found out,
dude,
she's
yeah.
like, oh well,
She's
fuck
like, these motherfuckers.
motherfuckers. Dude, she was on his
Because
side
they thought,
immediately.
because she
I mean,
thought they were poaching.
right.
They
well,
were
she
going to be using the pig.
Right. Well,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so,
And she
but then
knew
when
who did it
Amir,
immediately.
Yeah.
Amir was sitting there talking to her, and she's like, I don't like buyers coming here.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, it's just this thing, and I don't know. And then Nick Cage just like, they
took
took my
my
pig.
pig. Yeah, and she
she's
just-
like,
dude, she
she's like,
completely
what
turns
kind
it
of
around.
pig?
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
it's a truffle pig, and she's like, motherfucker.
And
I'm
also
just
love
like,
it like she's like Lizzie, you take control. Anybody fucks with Lizzie, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna break your fucking fingers.
It's just-
That's what she said. I'm gonna break your fucking fingers. And I'm like, oh my
She
god,
was badass.
You know
she
what
was
I'm saying?
awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go over to these
meth
meth heads, and they don't even remember what happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
oh, it's just a pig. I don't understand what the problem is.
And that's when you
And
first expect the
him to
Taken
fuck
come
him up. Dude, I
what
was
happens.
right there. I was like, dude, I was so expecting him to just beat the shit out of two shitty rednecks.
I was ready. I was happy. I
But
was like, let's do it.
That shit didn't happen.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope. He
And
just
so-
he just took it and was like, okay, well, we got to go to the next source.
We gotta go to the
Yeah.
city.
Go
so
to
he
the
gets
city.
Amir
Take
to
me to the
drive
city.
him
He's
to
like,
the city.
I
And-
work in the city.
This whole time, Amir
I
doesn't
can't
want
be
anything
seen with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with them.
Right,
He
no.
looks down on him.
Because he thinks he's just a shitty old weirdo that lives in a shack. You know, he doesn't have any idea who this guy is.
And so where does he take Amir first?
He takes him
It's
to that
the
guy.
underground-
What's that guy's name?
Oh.
The
I don't know if I wrote that one
because he looks like a homeless dude.
yeah,
And that's
um,
and then
yeah, it
when
wasn't
this
like Edward or
right
something
like that.
Eugene, something
Eugene,
like that.
yeah, what Eugene?
Yeah, but it was like it was a guy that he worked with in the past,
Right.
whatever. You
Yeah.
can tell they
then
have
you get
history.
Then you get this vibe like you're like, oh, okay, so was
almost
Nick
a little
Cage
Baba
homeless?
Yaga.
Is that what was
Yeah.
going
Either
on?
that or was he a killer? Because the
'Cause
guy
that's
was
kinda
just
how it
telling him the
feels,
whole time. He
right.
was like, well, you're nobody now.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a legacy before, but you're nobody. You're no one.
And then he's like, okay, well, we gotta come back to this spot in like 4 hours. You know, he's like, we got to come back at midnight. We got to go to this place. And so then they go to, and he keeps going.
It's this
We're going to the
restaurant.
Hotel Portland.
Yeah.
We got, and Amir's going. There's no Hotel
It
Portland.
is important to say that all of this is taking place in Oregon.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
so you got the Willamette Valley and
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so we'll talk about. There's a lot of food and
And that-
wine references.
Yeah,
Yes,
but then
yes,
don't
totally.
they go to like the underground like?
Well, that's the thing. That's what the Hotel Portland
restaurant.
is.
Right, because he keeps
Yeah.
saying it, and
Fight
Amir's
Club,
like, "There's no
essentially.
Hotel Portland." I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, "Well, you see, this restaurant here was built over the top of this, but they never got rid of
They
the
never
sub
got rid of
basement."
it, and that's the homeless dude that we just talked to. That's his arena,
Yep, and
he
Yeah.
runs that, and all he cares about is his money.
Yeah,
and
Like,
people
there's
just
a
beat
bunch
the
of-
fuck out of
Well,
homeless
it's a bunch
guys.
of
They find
service
a-
industry people, isn't it?
Right.
Like, yeah.
And
No,
it-
no, it's
well,
not
it-
necessarily just
I
the
think it was
service
all over
industry.
the place.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
people that were willing to spend money.
Exactly.
True, but I
Yeah.
think it's like
I
it's
think the
something
reason
to
that
the
you
degree,
see that though
yeah.
is because it's above a restaurant.
Right.
Well,
right.
no,
So there are a lot of
well,
people that
no,
work in
but
a
you
restaurant
had
that go
like
down
a
there as
waiter
well.
or a hostess dude that was actually like.
Well,
I think
yeah,
that-
because
the
I mean,
guy
yeah.
punching
hey,
him.
what are you gonna do on your
Yeah.
break, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You get like a 30-minute break. I'm gonna go downstairs and punch this homeless
Yep.
dude in the face.
Go fuck a homeless
And
dude
so,
up.
but that's what they were doing down there. Is basically they'd have homeless people that if they could go a minute,
Yeah.
you know,
then they get paid.
Then they get paid.
And
Exactly.
that's all it is.
And
yeah.
so he goes down there, and you see this homeless
like
dude
bum
getting
fights.
wrecked on. Exactly, but you can't fight back, right? The bums can't fight back. So I
Yeah.
mean, think about that. People would definitely pay to do that. There's no question.
Fuck yes. Yeah.
That's happening somewhere.
Yeah.
And so, Nick Cage, shows up, and,
And
then it's
again,
like, oh shit.
you expect him to come down and fuck dude up, right? And
right?
instead,
and he puts his name on the list, like Robin Feld writes it out for the first time. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first time you see it, and everybody's just like, "Oh shit!" And people start betting on him immediately. Like you
Yeah.
can tell that there are people who know his legacy, then a lot of people who don't. And even the guy that was squaring up to fight against him was just like terrified. He's like,
Yeah.
he's a little fella.
He's a
too.
little fella. He's just like, oh my god. And he's standing there defiantly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so,
Yeah.
so dude does. He beats the shit out of him.
But he lasts a
He
minute.
lasts a full minute.
Robin
I
lasts a
mean, this
minute.
guy's on top of him, just working him, and he lasts that full minute, dude.
Mm.
And I mean, at the end of it, he doesn't even want his money.
No,
he's just like,
tell me where the
tell
pig
me where
is.
the pig
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You know, never tends to his wounds. He rocks that broken face the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, this shit's so heavy, man.
And then he points him in the direction of another restaurant.
Yes.
Of another high-end restaurant. And at first
Mm.
he shows up covered in fucking blood. He hasn't done anything about the wounds that he's had. And that includes from when he, by the way, when he gets his ass beat at the beginning and
Yes.
he gets hit by the pipe, that scene where he's stuck to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And they do it from the
Peel
side and
his
you can
face.
see him, in this
Yeah.
pool of his own blood
Uh-huh.
that's all dried at this point.
Yeah.
He never cleaned that up.
He never cleaned
And then he
any of
goes
it
and
up.
gets beat up in the in Bum Fight Club, right?
Uh-huh.
And doesn't clean
Doesn't
that
even
shit
know.
up.
He's got
Doesn't even
shit
rinse
to
his
do,
face.
man.
Yeah.
He ain't got time to
You
clean
know,
no
you remember
roads.
that
And
one
hit-
person was like, you got a little. That was the lady that sold the truffles.
Totally,
She was like,
yeah.
you got a little thing on your face.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like
The
blood
yellow
spewing out.
thing.
Yeah.
And then so
He goes to
at
this-
that point,
that-
Amir and him are sitting in this high end restaurant, and the waiter. This scene reminded me of the beginning of American Psycho. You know,
Yeah.
where it's just that
That-
rattle on about the dish,
Right.
right.
And then she has a little smoked,
Yeah,
little
I
like
know.
what are they're called cloches.
Oh, is
It's
that what
like
that's
a
called?
smoky cloche.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there, just unimpressed.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah. He
trying to taste
takes
the
one
food,
bite of it,
he's
and
just
then
like,
and he picks
And
it up
then
with his
he-
hands.
and
By
then
the
he
way,
Yeah.
smushes
then
it
he
with his
smashes
fingers.
it down with his thumb.
and he
He's
goes,
like,
let me
let me talk to the
chef.
chef. Yeah.
And the chef steps out there, and he's like, "Oh."
He starts talking to Amir because
yeah.
Amir's like, "Let me do all the talking."
Exactly.
And
yeah.
he
Because
lets
Amir
talk.
thinks he's big shit.
Uh-huh.
That's the best part about this
Yep.
point in the movie is this is when Amir figures it out. This is
Yeah.
when he figures it out.
Yeah.
Because at first, he's sitting there
Well,
talking.
when he first watched him get beat up, he realized who he was.
Yeah.
Right. Like he found out. Like he knew his name. He had heard
Yeah.
his name before,
but he didn't
and
know
with-
it was
Well-
that.
Well, he knew. No, he knew. Remember, because he started talking to the chef, and then he was like, "Tell him who you are."
oh yeah.
Yeah,
no,
he's like,
you're
"Tell him
right.
who you are."
Yeah.
I
And
thought,
then
I thought the reason he did that, not because he knew who he was at that
No.
point, but because every time his name is mentioned, it gets shit
No,
done.
no, it's because he knew
Yeah.
who he was.
Huh.
Yeah, at that point, and that's
Didn't
why he
pick
was
up
just
on
like
that.
he was still just like, "Let me do the talking." But then he didn't know his connection to this the chef that
Right.
came out.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Tell him who you are. Like you have a legacy. People know you. People know
Yeah,
your name,
yeah.
and know that you just vanished." And so what he does is he just looks at the chef. He gives him one look. And the chef looks at him, and you see it dawn on him that he
Who he
realizes,
is.
yeah, like that dude trained him. He used to work for
That's
him.
right.
Yeah, he used to
he
work
was like,
for him.
"I fired you because you always burned what?
The pasta.
But
They
you
already
always
burned
burned
the-
the
yeah.
pasta."
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and he broke him down
Yeah.
with a glance.
Uh-huh.
It was
He's like, "I
amazing.
remember everyone that's ever worked for me before."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to have an idea for a restaurant?
Uh-huh. He's like, "What kind of restaurant?" He's like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you
Yeah,
making
this-
this food?" He's
this
like, "Well,
is-
this is very successful, and this is what people like. This is what you want." It's like, but didn't you? What you wanted to open
a
an
pub.
English pub?
Yeah, and he's
you
like,
know?
well, pubs don't sell. Nobody wants to go to a
He's
pub
like,
anymore.
but these people don't care about you. They don't even know
right.
you.
And then he starts
He's like,
going,
because you've never shown
defending-
them.
And again, he's defending his establishment and trying to say all this stuff. And then he's like, what was your signature dish at the other place?
It was hold on, I think I wrote that one down.
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
funny.
I got notes, boy, because this movie is amazing. It was something eggs, some kind of eggs.
Yeah.
I thought
The Scotch egg. It was some kind of Scotch
yeah,
egg.
egg.
yeah, no, it was a Scotch egg
Yeah.
with something. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't write it down.
But it was some kind of Scotch egg dish.
Yeah.
Very very classic English pub meal. You know what I mean? I've never had a Scotch egg before. I've always wanted to.
Oh, here it is. It was liver Scotch eggs with
Yeah.
a honey curry mustard.
Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fucking
That's what
great.
he wanted. That was it.
Yeah.
Now he's doing this bullshit.
Right.
And so
right.
yeah, and he breaks him down with conversation, and then when he cheerses him, yeah, and the dude just chugs that big ass
Yes,
glass of
yes, he
wine,
does.
the whole thing.
Yes, he does.
It's just like, oh my god.
And then he's like, he's like, well, we're looking for truffles.
yeah, where's my fucking pig?
Yeah, does he start with that? Does he just say the pig? Because I think he's asking him about the truffles.
He's asking him about the
right?
truffles first,
Right.
but then he's asking about
the
the pig
dude
as
is
well, because he's also
deflecting,
like he
dude.
doesn't want to answer it, and he's like, you don't want to know because this person will be really angry,
Right.
And it turns out to be Amir's father.
It turns
Right.
out to be Amir's father, who it seems like is trying to push Amir out of the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, basically, he thinks that anything that goes on is his anyway.
Yeah.
He already feels like Nick Cage belongs to him. His pig belongs to him. He's like, I'm just reclaiming this thing that belongs to me in the first place. And little did he know that ain't the truth.
So at that point, he goes, "Take me to him." And he's like, "Oh, I can't take you to my
Yeah,
father.
Amir's
No,
giving
I
his
can't do that at
address.
all." And he starts
Yeah.
kicking the fuck out of his Corvette.
Yeah,
he's
his
just
Camaro.
put-
He's
yeah,
like,
it was
"No, the
Camaro. Yeah.
the Camaro."
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Yep. And he's like, "Well, give me the goddamn address then." And he gives him
And he
the
gives it
address,
to
and he
him
just starts
immediately.
walking off.
Yeah.
He just starts walking off. He's like, "Well, you're not going there, are you?" He's like,
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. And come to find
he
out
steal
that
a bike?
Amir's mother.
"Yeah, he
Didn't
did.
He steal
He
a
stole
bike
a
off
bike."
of a porch?
Yeah, he stole a bike from a front
Yeah.
porch and
Rides over there.
And then he takes the bike off the front porch, and somebody confronts him about taking the bike, and he gives him a rah,
Yeah.
screams on him, and dude's
Yeah.
just like, oh, and he just takes the bike and rolls off. That shit's so good. And so, but Amir goes. Amir had previously told Chef Feld that his mother had passed away,
Yeah.
and his dad was all that he had. That was false. Amir's mother was actually on life support, being kept alive by Amir's father. They made it
that's when he
seem
goes
as
to the
if
hospital,
right. He
right?
goes to see her, but he won't go in and actually see her because he can't handle it. But he talks to her kind of through the door. One of the doctors opens the door and he sees her while the door is slowly closing. Right. But he's talking to his mother through the door about how his father's keeping her alive and won't just let her die. But so it paints his father as a very cruel man. Until you.
Well, his
get
dad
to-
kind of portrays himself as like this.
He's broken,
Almost.
dude.
He's broken.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no. I mean, he portrays himself initially, like when you first meet him, as like this, like kind of mob boss, kind of,
Yeah, well,
like
I mean-
ruthless businessman.
Yeah.
No, it's that he's been so shattered
Yeah,
that
no,
he's
I
had to
agree
put
with
up
you.
this facade in order to protect himself.
Right.
He's like, I do what needs to be done.
Right.
Like,
Well,
that's
that
just
goes back
it.
to the whole like this
And-
thing is constantly subverting your
Yeah,
expectations.
absolutely.
Right.
Because when his father you first meet him and Nick Cage is talking to him,
Yeah.
he's just like, what does he say? It's just like, you're in my world now.
Yeah, it's like
you know,
you're
like-
all my property.
Well,
and it's
'cause-
funny because
so-
Amir would talk about his parents, and he was like, they used to fight all the time. They go out on date nights and they never got along. They'd always come back bickering, but there was this one night that they came back and they were so happy, and they were talking about the food and the wine, and it like really gave me more trust in my
And that was like
family,
right
relationship.
before it happened, too. Right before the whatever happened to her. 'Cause I don't even think they say.
They don't tell you.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you.
And yeah, so that's the last happy time he remembers about his parents.
Right.
And when Nick Cage is actually talking to his dad immediately just wants to pay him off.
Right.
And he's like, well, so how much? I'll give you $20,000 to walk away
He's like,
right
okay,
now.
I'll give you $20 million.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? What do you want? He's like, no.
Yep.
And comes to find out that Nick Cage was the one who made that meal.
That was him.
That was
That
him.
was absolutely
Yeah,
him.
he was
And
like, I
then
remember every dish I ever made.
Yeah,
I
That's-
remember
that's
every
right.
husband
So
I ever
yeah,
served.
and
Yeah.
so he did. He ends up like, okay, he gives Amir a list. This is again one of those moments because he leaves Amir's dad's house. He gives him a list of things to go and get. Here's another one of those moments where you're like, okay,
He's gonna
now
fuck
it's about
this
to go
guy up.
taken.
Ooh,
Here
he's
we
gonna fuck
go.
this
It's
guy
about
up,
to
right?
happen. And what do? They start cooking.
They made him dinner, dude.
They
As
made
soon as I
him
realized
banging
that's what was
ass
going
dinner.
on,
He's teaching
'cause, like,
Amir how to make potatoes.
dude, because at
Scalloped
this point,
potato.
this is when you find out about Robin's wife
Yes.
that had passed.
Right.
You know, because Amir, one of the things he has to go get is a bottle of wine, and it's actually Robin's wine.
Robin's wine.
Because he gave his whole collection to this lady that runs a mortuary,
Mausoleum. Yeah.
mausoleum. Yeah, okay. You know, she kind of tells him a little bit about, you know, what's going on with Robin, and hands him like this very specific bottle of wine.
I didn't go back. I meant to go back and read the label. You can't really see it very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
A Bordeaux of some sort.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, once they get the shopping list together, they sneak back into Daddy's house and start cooking.
They started cooking. And
You
they
know?
made this man the same meal that he had. With
The
his
exact
wife.
same meal.
And
yeah.
it's like they sit him down.
I
like
really
Amir,
like it when he brings the bottle up and he goes, "Your son found this."
I really
love
like
that.
when Amir opened the fucking doors.
Yeah,
because
dude.
he goes and asks his dad to come down to dinner, and his dad's like,
like,
"You
"You
can
can
leave.
leave."
You can leave." And he opens the door. I'm just like, Amir, go get him.
Yeah, dude.
And they do. They take him downstairs
He
and
goes,
sit him
"We
down.
made you dinner.
And
Come on."
Yeah, and they feed him a meal, and it's like he's crazy because
Because at
Nick
first
Cage,
he's trying to not be impressed. He's just trying to sit there and be like,
yeah, whatever, man.
and
you know what I'm saying?
he smells the wine, and he tastes it, and he's like,
Well, no, not yet. Like they pour the wine, whatever. Both of him, like both
"Oh, dude,
Amir
Nick
and
fucking
Nick
gets it."
starts
He
go-
just
going to ham.
and then he looks at both of them like,
What?
"What?
Eat. And so Dad takes that first bite, and he's just like, takes another bite. Just,
Yep.
Gets the wine, sniffs it, takes a sip, and is just like, oh. And then he keeps eating, and I'm like, oh shit! Like he is breaking him down. And next thing you know, he just breaks down into tears.
And he runs out of there, goes back in his study, and just starts chugging whiskey. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Nick Cage comes in there
So
to talk to him because he's like, okay, I made my point. Now let me go talk to him about this.
Yeah.
And he's like, why the fuck did you do this to me?
Yeah, and he's like,
you
"Where's
know?
my fucking pig?" And the dude's like, "Well, the people who took him, they were super rough with her, and she just didn't survive.
She didn't make it,
it." And
Nick
that
Cage collapses.
he broke.
Mhm.
He broke, and you felt it, man. Because earlier he and Amir were talking about it, and Amir was like, why are you doing all this for this pig, man? He's like, you don't even. He was like, I don't need the pig to find the truffles.
Right.
And
just
he's
use
like, what the
tree.
fuck?
He's
And
like,
he goes,
what the fuck are you doing? He's like,
I loved her.
I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was just it. Oh God, dude, it's just.
Yeah. Really.
It got me. I'm
Yeah, dude.
kind of choked up over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then after that, he breaks down, and you see it. You see everyone for who they actually are in that moment. You see
Seriously.
Amir's dad, Darius, I think that's his name.
Oh, okay.
I always think like,
Yeah.
don't worry, Darius, because I'm a mile high and I'm the scariest.
Oh.
That shit.
I was thinking of Xerxes' dad.
Yeah, that's good, right? But yeah, man. So in that one moment, everybody's just very, very human.
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
pain and just how much this damaged him. You can read it. You can see it. Like Amir's dad, he feels it. Amir feels it. And so they end up he says he's gonna take a walk, and he ends up walking all the way back home.
Yeah.
And that's where he starts to wash the blood off of him and takes his gloves off and goes inside, and the credits roll. And that's just it.
Perfect.
Bro. Oh my God.
So
what is
what
fucking
did you
wrong
not like
with
about
you?
this
I
movie?
don't
like
get it.
again, man. I mean, it's a very well-made movie, very well acted, very well written. It looks great. I mean, there really shouldn't be anything that I
almost cried
don't.
just talking about it.
I don't.
Really,
There isn't
really.
anything that I don't like about it. It's
Yeah.
it's just fine.
Man,
It's
I
just fine.
I don't understand
You
how it
know?
didn't warm the
I'm
cockles.
serious.
Of
You
your
ain't got
heart.
no cockles in
No
your heart.
cockles.
No cockles. That's what
No cockles
We'll get you a
here.
no cockle Scott.
No cockle Scott over
No
here.
cockle Scott.
It's just,
Dude,
it's
you have a-
fine. It's a good movie. if
You're gonna have to wear that.
Yeah, I will.
No cockle
it's
Scott.
fine.
Hey, did you notice? I took some notes about some shit that I was just, I don't know. After a while, see, that's what normally happens, right? Remember last week when I was like,
I
oh, I started
watched it a
taking
second
notes.
time.
I thought about
I really
it too.
did.
I started taking notes, and at the end of the day, I end up kind of roasting the movie more
Yeah.
than necessary. This was not that. This was just like a, oh my god. But earlier when he first goes to goes to the city, there are like those food trucks outside. Do you see the No Po Boys?
Yeah, totally.
Dude,
no po' boys.
what do you think
I
they
like
sell?
That. What?
You know they sell po' boys.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah, they
You
sell
know,
po'
it
boys.
says no
yeah.
po' boys.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I thought that was good.
Yeah,
I loved it when he
hilarious.
first walked into the restaurant that's right next to his town.
Yeah.
And he's like, is whoever here? And he's like, she's been dead for
Dead
10
for 10
years.
years.
Yeah.
He's like, you got a phone? She goes, you gonna order something? He goes, no. Nah.
Here you go. Yeah, man. It was so good. Oh yeah, and that kid playing the handpan outside.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was super
yeah,
cool.
he's like,
Mhm.
you want to try it? He's like,
Mhm.
okay. He's like, starts telling the kid about persimmons.
Hey!
What up, lime?
Hey,
He's like, they
Lime.
kind of look
Hey.
like a tomato.
Yeah, cut a tomato, and you can't eat them until
Yeah.
they're ripe.
Where's,
But when they're ripe, they're
persimmon-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think we have persimmons. You know, he's like, did the persimmon tree die?
Doesn't matter when you
Hey,
get here.
cool.
All that matters is that you are here.
That's right.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
appreciate your presence.
That's
Lime.
right.
Absolutely, always good to see you. And I'm very interested to hear about the manga that you got after you read it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you're gonna have to give us a
absolutely.
breakdown.
Yeah,
let us know.
Let us know.
Mm.
You know, but yeah, man. I mean, it was just so moving the whole way.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I think we probably covered. all
I
the
can't
stuff.
I can't think of a film that's been as emotionally satisfying as this in a long
And the
time.
movie's about food.
And it's about food.
It's about fucking
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really what you would expect.
No, you know what it reminded
know
me
what I
of?
did?
It's a serious version of Rakunui.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Raccoon Nui,
Yes, it
yeah.
is. Yes, it is.
Because
I actually,
you know that moment at the end when he eats the food and he remembers his childhood?
Uh-huh.
It's that.
Yeah.
But it's the dark version of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think also just like, you know, for anybody who may be well known, maybe very, very famous, you get to a point where, because he told him, he was like, you know, you don't get very many things to care about.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get very many
Oh, hey,
things to care about. so-
Ratatouille. We're making
well,
just in
Ratatouille,
case you didn't
not
see last
actually
week.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I could understand how that was
little bit
potentially
confusing.
lost.
Yeah.
But if it's confusing
It's
to
Rakunui from
but,
now
Rakunui
on.
but if it's
from now
confusing
on,
to you,
yeah.
that means you dropped the ball and you haven't gone to see everything everywhere all at once. And
Yeah,
you get to
and
do
that's
that
on you.
immediately. That's on you.
What are you
Because
doing
in my
with your life?
like these two movies, like this last week and this
Masterclass
one,
in
they
there.
are fucking so good. They're
Yeah.
so good.
Dude, look, this movie got me to such a degree that after the credits rolled, I actually ordered the movie.
Whoa!
And I'm going to give it as a gift to Frank Stitt.
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
my
I told
god!
him,
That's
I saw him.
perfect.
He came in yesterday.
Did you
and I
ask
was
him
like,
if he'd seen it?
No. Well, yes, I got there.
Okay.
But the first thing I said was, "Hey," I'm like, "Frank, how do you feel about Nick Cage?"
Yeah.
Right, because that's the intro, and he's just like, well, I think he's a very talented actor, and I was like, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I mean, does the title pig mean anything to you? He was like, no, never heard of that. I'm like, I'll come see you. So I'm gonna go see him after work tonight.
If you have a
or
chef
after
friend
tonight.
that hasn't seen this movie,
Bro,
at least suggest it. If not, buy it for a present.
absolutely.
Like,
yeah, it's like $1.99 on Amazon Prime right
Yeah.
now to rent it.
Yeah.
I think it's like $3.99.
Oh, I
Yeah,
almost
it's not
bought this.
much.
I almost
Yeah.
bought this months ago when it came out on Blu-ray
Uh-huh.
because I mean it was a fairly cheap Blu-ray when it came out.
Yeah,
and
it's streaming on
Nick
Amazon.
Cage, man.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
kept
yes,
being
on
like,
Amazon.
why not? You know, why not get it?
Yeah, and it's kind of good that you came as late as you did, Lime, because you came like right after we went through the entire movie.
So we didn't
and so,
get to actually ruin it for you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So watch the movie. Definitely watch the movie, and then
Tell us what you
rewatch
think,
our
yeah.
shit if you want. It's special.
Yeah.
These guys like it more than I do.
It's very
Yeah,
special.
significantly.
Some people don't have good taste,
Significantly
man.
more.
I mean, you
think
can't.
it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
think it's
I know, man. There was no magical
There,
girls.
there were
in
no
it.
magical
Yeah,
girls.
you
That's
know,
the
no
thing.
cat
If
girls,
the
no
if the
magical
pig was
girls.
wearing
There
a
wasn't even
skirt
one
and
single
then,
waifu.
like, there was
Yeah,
not.
no,
no,
it's not
no,
a-
no
yeah.
waifus, man.
Well,
I mean,
my
what am I-
waifu's
what am
the
I
crazy
gonna
old
do with this movie?
the crazy old lady.
The lady who was selling the truffles.
right.
who was like,
Motherfucker,
dude,
that's-
she she won me
No,
over.
no, she's best girl.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
What movie are we doing next week? We're not going to do an episode next week.
yeah,
we-
I have to.
unfortunately,
I
yeah.
have to work
Yeah.
next week.
We're gonna
So
have
we're
to
gonna
skip
take a
it.
break.
have to work.
But
which
potentially
fucking sucks.
we'll be doing daytime thing, or after you get done,
Yeah,
we could.
man,
So
after
we
I
will
get
stream
done, yeah,
something.
definitely.
We're just not going to do our standard
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that'll give us
Yeah.
time to prepare for the week after because
Yeah.
we're going into anime.
Anime.
Going into anime.
Which is funny because I
ANI-MAY.
anime.
You
You
see
know,
what we
jokes
did
are
there?
always funnier when you explain them.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I do it.
That's what you
all
gotta
the
do, you
time.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
If you
Daytime.
don't explain them, how do they know to laugh?
See, I
It's
think
a joke, son. You missed it.
The joke's like,
it's funny because although we're going into anime, so that this is not going to be the case. I've already picked out my next movie after anime,
yeah.
and it's going to be the shortest movie that we've seen.
Oh yeah, man. How about this? I tried to watch the Batman. And
Oh, I watched it. I watched
did
the
you-
whole
Did you
thing.
watch it?
Did you?
It didn't really grab me initially. I'm gonna try again. I didn't know that motherfucker was 3 hours long.
It's a long
I'm like,
motherfucker, dude,
Jesus.
and it kind of drags
That's
too.
kind of
Really?
that's kind of what's
I'm
been
not
keeping.
feeling
I'm
me
not
from
trying to
getting it.
look, man. I'm not trying to ruin anything for you. All I'm gonna say is that I liked it. I did not love it.
Did you
That's
watch it? Did you break it up or you watched it straight?
I watched
through?
it straight through.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm gonna break it up. I just watched like an hour per day and finish it over.
There's a lot of things that I really like about it,
Right.
but I don't love it.
Yeah.
Hey, does Batman Ninja count as
I'm
anime?
right.
Oh,
Yes.
ask Scott, the arbiter of anime.
I know, right?
I mean, what do my opinions matter? Apparently, I don't like pigs, so fuck it.
I mean, you just got bad taste. It's okay.
Hey, man, look. Before you can have bad taste, you must first have no taste.
Ah,
That don't make no goddamn sense. Anyway,
see, I didn't feel terribly strongly about the Batman. I think that I don't want to say
we'll
much
talk about
it.
it. We'll talk about
Yeah.
it on our next cast.
Yeah.
Because I actually want to have an opinion on this.
Yeah.
But now
Hell,
I'm
you know what
very
we should do
happy
is we
that
should
I
just talk
didn't-
about the Batman next week without Scott, since Scott doesn't give a fuck about the
I really
Batman.
don't.
I mean, there's that. Like, it's just. I'm glad that I didn't go to see it in theaters.
I am.
Because I
am
would have gone
too.
to sleep.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
especially if you give me those comfortable reclining ass chairs.
Oh yeah.
It would have been over.
See,
and
no,
so-
that's why you got to
I
go to a
don't- I
shitty
don't
theater with
dislike
line
it.
noise.
I
to
just
keep
think
you
it's
awake.
fine. I'm not bubbling with overwhelming praise over Pig like these two
And
are.
that's what's
It's
wrong
just
with
like
you.
it's
Hey.
a fine movie.
Okay.
Replace him.
Just
That's
fine.
right. Okay,
All
you've
right,
been
here
kicked
we
off
go.
the show now, Scott.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
By Nick Cage himself.
By Nick Cage, apparently.
You know?
Great.
Oh yeah, we do have the unbearable weight of massive talent
I mean, yeah,
coming up
Yeah.
soon.
Uh-huh.
That's
That might be-
May, right?
yeah, which means we might have to do that as the first show.
First-
The Moth and Lime show.
Ooh, let's go.
I'll help with whatever I need to make that happen.
Yeah, right.
Just let me know. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Right after anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a great little victory lap movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
after this, because Nick Cage did have a convoluted career path.
What's the vampire movie? What's that one? He was young.
Any Dracula now?
No,
Any
no, this was
in the Renfield movie coming up?
yeah, but this was like
This was a while
80s.
back.
This was like 80s.
What was that called?
You know what I'm
I
talking
know
about,
what
don't
you're
you?
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know. It's not Once Bitten. I love
No,
Once Bitten
it's
though.
not.
Wolf
Yeah.
and Lime. Yeah, there you
Yeah. But I mean, even after things like Color Out of Space and Mandy, which are great movies, and then after Pig, having Nick Cage play as Nick Cage,
Yeah.
is
Uh-huh.
that's just a great little cherry on top, because I do feel like Pig might be his opus. I feel like this might be one of his most powerful, if not his most powerful performance.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he had me from the second the first scene started. I mean, he had me.
This is most definitely my favorite culinary film.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are other ones that are good. Like I really like Chef.
Yeah,
the
Chef's
one
good.
with
Sideways was it was alright.
Yeah. What's that?
more of a
What's
wine
that
film,
one? What's that one that's Waiting?
Waiting.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Waiting. I love that
The
fucking
Batwing.
movie. Yeah, dude. Totally. God, I can't wait
Yeah,
to quit this job.
I like Slam and Salmon more.
Slam and Salmon.
Slam and
Yeah.
Salmon was
Totally.
really
Yeah,
good.
those are the what's it called, guys? The Super Trooper guys.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
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 I like
You know,
Slam and
that was a
Salmon.
great movie too.
Mhm.
But I mean, this is. I want to shake his face.
off.
Yeah, man. But this was, and I didn't even know that it was a culinary movie.
I
And
didn't
then when
either.
it hit
Yeah.
me like
I
that,
didn't
I
have
was
any
like, oh shit.
No, even the trailers framed it like it was going to be like Taken
Like
or something
Taken.
like that.
Taken with a pig.
Right, I
Yeah.
know, and I was down for that. I was ready.
totally down
Yeah.
for that. And I kept waiting for it to pop off, and I would
Uh-huh.
get excited, you know, and I'm just like, oh no, you just hit me in my gut.
Mm.
You know, like the violence is happening to me.
Mm.
You know, because they even said in the like on the teasers, they're just like it's a brutal, you know, and the movie
Yeah.
is brutal,
But
but
not
not
in
the
the
kind of
way you're
brutality that
thinking.
you're expecting, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
What else is there even
anything
to
else?
say?
Yeah.
That was great.
No,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Fine.
That's
We suggest
10 out of 10. I'll say
I
it again.
suggest it.
10
It's
out
a
of
good
10.
movie.
Yeah.
That movie's
It's
flawless.
just fine.
It's flawless.
It's fine.
It's flawless. Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us here on the show. And witnessing the rift that just happened here. We won't be here next week, which I'm very sorry for.
Scott is also ruining that.
Yeah, I'm ruining everything.
The beginning of
ruined
your month.
I
The
know,
beginning of
I've been
your
waiting for this month all fucking year, and I had like something planned, really good. I
Yeah.
just have to do it the next week.
Yeah.
So join us, not this coming Saturday, but the week after, for the beginning of anime.
Anime,
A whole
May,
month
May,
where
May.
we just talk about anime.
Anime.
Yeah.
Smiley so happy.
I love it. I can't wait. Oh, God, why do I have to wait a whole nother week? I'm so mad. But thank you guys. Thank you for being in the chat.
Yes,
thank you
thank
for
you for
the
hanging out.
follows, the subscribes,
The support, the love.
all of the support. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for putting up with Scoot's terrible
Yeah. Thank you for putting up with
opinions.
my correct opinion.
And thank you, Nick Cage.
And thank you, Nick Cage,
And thank you, Nick Cage.
for all of your hard work.
Yeah, we have a business email. I actually just made a new one that's 3-player mode official at gmail.com.
Heard
So
that.
that's going to be the one that you can probably reach us the best. But
Thank you, Lon.
yeah.
But yeah, check us out on YouTube,
Bing, bing, bing,
Spotify,
bing, bing, bing.
Anchor, Google Podcast, iTunes, and everywhere else you like to listen to podcasts. And are we gonna be doing anything tonight? Maybe a little bit,
Maybe
later.
we might get some
Maybe.
melt on. I mean,
Get
I don't
some
know,
melt
you know.
on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just hit that bell
We might-
icon.
we might,
If you haven't
I-
followed already,
I think
then
you and
please
I should
follow.
stream some After the Fall.
I'm with that life.
Mhm.
I'm totally with that life. And so there will definitely be something coming from us. So
Oh,
just make
Lord
sure to
of
hit the
War.
bell.
And we'll see
Yeah.
you not
Do the
next
thing.
week, but the next week.
Well, we'll still see you next week, just not here.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, no.